are unmuted, and I sent out the notifications, and I do have chat open, and I do have TCB open, but I'm not clicking on it because I have the Kubari link. Thanks to my mods, appreciate you. My
You don't want to
audio.
see the porn ads?
Nope, none of those. Honestly, I have even with TC because I needed to reference their translations a few times in the past and didn't have it. So I was like, I'm not getting baited. I'm not getting baited, but it was nice to see, it was nice to or nice not to see.
It became a Twitter meme where like it was trending the other day where it's like, dude, I'm just trying to read the chapter, and it's like two ads on TCB where like some ladies getting eaten out just right in front of everybody. It's like,
Oh
bro,
my
chill.
oh,
TCB, please.
oh my god.
Their ads are crazy, man.
Yeah. I
The
just
pop-up
realized
ads are nuts.
wait, wait, let's hop into my Discord room. I forgot I did it wrong.
All
We
good.
did the
I
pod.
figured. I was like, this seems wrong.
Yeah, something was off. All right, see you in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. That's better.
All right, yep, that's better. All right, so I'm gonna actually move you a little bit over so they can see the stream. Okay, so sorry for the delay, guys. Welcome to Knock Up Stream. This is a different, obviously different schedule, different time, different lots of things. There's a lot of things I want to do for a stream. For example, little anime NYC summary, but I'll save that because we have Sai here. We have Sai here for a reason I'll explain in a second. I'm also streaming. I realize I have the green screen up, but like, and I was gonna do this like grand reveal, but then I moved my desk back. But yeah, a lot of the delay was because we're finally getting the walls up, and after today, the stream will completely transform because I'll have walls in my room, and it'll be soundproof too. Well, not soundproof, but like soundproofing will have been done, which you know wait, so I do your neighbors complain you don't really stream loud?
No.
Yeah,
No, I stream loudly. I play like horror games at like 4 a.m.
yeah, but you don't like you're not like rah, you're not like scream, and when you record you're like a normal person, right? Like I'm pretty loud.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, I'm pretty loud when I'm streaming. I get loud. So well, I don't have well, I do have neighbors, but not like that across the wall in the apartment. But yeah, the soundproofing will be nice. Sometimes my son can hear me from the upstairs. That should be all done after tomorrow. So oh, let me open up Twitch, get that chat open. Thank you guys for tuning in. um Again, sorry for the still got the fake grass. Well, no, the fake grass is gone because that's not going to be on the sheetrock, but the fake grass is now on the deck, so that's nice. That was like 90% of the attention anyways after a certain point. Nice little like play area for my son to be on the deck. He just runs in circles. Sometimes it's so easy. Sometimes he's just like, hey dad, can I go outside? We go outside, he runs in circles. And then he's like, hey dad, look at me go. And then he just
That
yeah, he
sounds so
just
silly. That sounds
yeah.
kind of haunted. Like if I had a kid and they did that, I mean, I bet it's normal, but I'd be like, damn, are they like possessed or something? What's going on?
It is normal, but like he has like enough energy to outrun or outpace 10-year-olds. I took him to like one of my best friend's birthday parties, and his cousins were there, and there was a bunch of 3-4-year-olds, so just a bit older than him, and they were just not on the same level. But then there was this 10-year-old girl who was playing soccer. That was all game, and afterwards the girl was just like, bro, how does he have so much energy? And I was like, well, I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day for making it easier to put him to bed, because once that's like the easiest way to put him to sleep is get him, like, I've been telling my wife we need a treadmill to like just get him running. um but yeah, buy a treadmill and profit.
Buy like a
Exactly.
hamster wheel.
Exactly. Yeah, hamster wheel. um Yeah, and yeah, obsession, of course, we did that. So running through a few things. Kagurabachi, I'm gonna post after this. Sorry guys, I dropped the ball on that one. Completely forgot. I forgot because we had to go to Anime NYC. TLDR, the highlight of it, I met Morge. That was fun. That was great. We had
It's
some
like
good
looking in a
talks.
mirror.
Yeah, it was there was a lot. I mean, I say this all the time. Morge on the internet versus Morge real life slash talking to him one on one. Very different
Browner
thing.
than usual.
Yeah, and then yeah, he's also like outside of One Piece, he's really cool too. So that's pretty awesome. Um, um, yeah, very very kind, very gentle person. Um, what?
Yeah. I
What?
don't know, just describing somebody as gentle.
Wait, no, like, cause on the internet, I memed him to
What a
hell and back.
gentleman.
I memed him to hell and back
Like
when
the last thing I'd call somebody is kind and gentle. Like that sounds like an insult.
we were running through, like, going place to place in the city. We went to like karaoke, did a bunch of things, and at one point, for whatever reason, because yeah, people know he's from Texas, so he's from Texas. We're in New York, and for whatever reason, Cole, King of Lightning, was just like, Morge, you lead the way. And I was like, what the fuck? What's happening? Why are you telling? I'm right here. And then we're going places. And for whatever reason, Cole, whatever possessed Cole, it's like, let the Texan lead the way in New York City. And I just memeing that. I was like, what? Cole, do you want the raid to fail? Do you, like, I just kept on memeing that the entire time. But yeah, it was just, outside of all that, it was great. Fun time. Also crazy thing here, let me show you. This is another thing that I want to do, but I didn't have enough time. But I'll make a montage thing. My wife already posted one, but I gotta show you this, guys. This is probably the highlight among highlights. Let me get a good one. Let me see.
Kind, gentle, and passionate.
Oh yeah, very passionate, that's for sure. Very passionate.
Yeah, so heads up, guys. I'm only going to be here in the beginning. I'm here for the cover page
Yes.
reaction. The rest of the chapter is just kind of eh. I
Well,
mean, you guys already
spoiler
read it,
side,
right?
come on.
The chapter's like a solid 5 out of 10.
These
The
guys
cover
have been
page 10 out of
voting
10.
up and over or
You guys
under,
know.
and you just go the chapters. Man, I didn't know that. What the fuck?
Oh, my bad, my bad.
but yeah, good point. While I'm looking for it, the picture I want to show you guys, yeah, so we're gonna do something a little different. So spoilers, at least not spoilers, but spoilers. This as far as today goes, as far as the reaction goes, it's a little different because I think this is the first time ever where Sai's little burst of energy from seeing the spoilers led him to just say cover story. And I think that only happened one other time, and the last time that happened, I think was I might have been the Blackbeard shoes thing. I think it was that or something. It might have been the chapters were related to a cover story or something like that. I remember that happened one other time, but because of the schedule change and all that stuff, I figured we'd try something different. We're gonna get a more accurate timeline of the reaction. So I see everyone voted, 58 under 50 minutes, whatever. We're gonna start the count once I start the actual
after
chapter.
After the most important part about the chapter.
That way we get a true sense of how long it takes me to read the chapter. I got the pictures finally loaded. Something about this sheet wall,
definitely
man.
Cheating.
Okay. So I look crazy in this one. I'm gonna post better pictures for sure. I don't even know if because I'm wearing green, so I don't know if it'll show up on this camera.
Your phone is phasing out of existence.
All right, we're gonna just.
It's not working at all. More than just your shirt.
We're just gonna do this. Okay. So
There we go.
there it is. That's spoilers. I was Dragon, Zen was Luffy, and the cosplay went so insane. Just a quick story was there's a cosplay meetup, and yeah, so that's my son as Luffy. What I taught him a bunch of things, like say you're king of the pirates. I'm gonna find the One Piece and stuff like that. And I told him a little bit about Luffy. He doesn't know One Piece like that, but the funniest thing was that he was stun locked at Gum Gum. And so one of the second night, he just straight up was just saying Gum Gum and laughing nonstop, as if like he had the smile fruit, whatever. And everyone was there. Morge, Cole, Jay, everyone was there. And all you had to do, we were all singing in a circle. If he was like covered up because he wanted to be covered up. It was like nighttime, and so you just say Gum Gum, and then you just hear from his stroller Gum Gum, and you just start busting out laughing. It was so crazy. So yeah, this is a fun picture. We were inside of a Kuma bubble. I'm gonna edit this, yeah, and then that's my wife dressed up as Luffy too. But yeah, I'm gonna post these pictures later. But yeah, no one dressed. I was the only dragon, which I knew I'd be. But it's funny because at the cosplay meetup, they were like, they called it the Revs, and no one ever shows up for dragon. And then all of a sudden, I swear, I shit you not, Akainu, Garp, and Kizaru cosplay. They turned around and said, wait a second, like in deep ass voices. I got scared. I was like, wait, did I do something? My bad. Like, I was like, did I mess up? They turned around and was like, Dragon's here. And I was like, oh, and then they're like, no, they're calling Dragon and you're here. And then the crowd literally all turned like, what? Dragon? And then so then I went up, and then they were like, I forgot what happened, but then my wife brought my son as Luffy, and I shit you not, there was a group of boas that all went, ah, and all freaked out because like Luffy Dragon, everyone's like Luffy Dragon cosplay. That's crazy. But yeah, it was so crazy to see of like 5 boas just all freak out because they saw Luffy, and I was like, wait, this is so in character. It's wild. But yeah, anyways,
lore accurate.
Yeah, lore accurate. Clearly a lot of updates. I'm gonna try to zoom past. I think I got most of it done. Last stream with the jank setup, we're gonna go back to the green screen. Thank you guys for your patience. Also for letting me shower after this long day. I've been up since like 6, and now it's 6. And I don't know why I decided to stand. It is what it is. I'm just more comfortable right now. All right. So again, we're going to do the interesting thing where we're going to Sai special requested cover story. We're going to click on the cover story. I'm going to react to it. Then Sai will be here to discuss it. And then since it's later, Sai will hop off, and then we'll resume as usual. And I'll start the countdown from then. And we'll get an accurate time of how long it takes me to read this chapter. Anyways. All right, am I good to go? I am good to go. Okay, well, I got the chapter title. It's Rock versus Rock. Oh God, Rock.
The Rock.
Yeah, Dwayne showed up
if
on
only,
stream.
dude.
Here, let me put you on this. Oh, hold on. Let me make you a little bit smaller.
Yeah, since you're skipping the cover page story for the timer, I think you should add in like something for that to make up for it. Like maybe just like 10 minutes or something. Be generous on that one.
All right, fine. I'll add 10 minutes to the timer.
You can't just ignore it, because you got to imagine a lot of people who voted, they assume that you're going to count the cover page story.
No.
So
I took down the vote. I took down the vote, and I'm going to redo the vote. Like with just yeah.
Oh,
How
yeah, then
long
Under's going. Under's winning then.
Will Par take to read the chapter minus the cover story?
Everybody's going to say Under. Okay, jokes aside, the chapter is good,
over,
but it doesn't compare to the cover page.
All right, I'm gonna do 45 minutes. All right. I'll do 45 minutes.
It's gonna be under 45.
Damn, Sai, you're showing off your bias here. That's crazy. All right. There we go. We have the votes. There we go. Okay. All right. Now
under 45.
Rocks was. Let them vote side.
I'm just saying.
No voter interference. What are you, Russia?
The polls. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm just one vote.
All right. Fair enough. We'll give it to you. All right. Rocks was a herald. Click the cover story. It's gonna immediately pop up because I have the Kubardi link. All right. What could possibly? Well, I mean, the gist. Okay, we're just gonna click on it. Whatever. All right. Rocks was a herald. Chapter 1158. Well, shit. I don't even need to read this goddamn piece of shit ass. No fucking. No.
Do you see it?
I do.
Do you
It's
see
front and center. Oda doesn't give a shit about Yamato anymore. What the? Here lies the pirate of justice. What?
The pirate of justice, the people's hero.
What do you mean
Yeah, everybody had the same reaction that I watched. They're like, "What? Huh?" We joked about this too, because a lot of people had theories about it. So we talked about this for like I think 30 minutes on the podcast, but we never expected the depth of the Moria train.
Okay.
We talked about Moria, but we never called him Kozuki Moria.
No. See, here's
we didn't give him the last name, bro.
We did. I remember, but it was one of the ones that were like, haha, this is why you guys watched 4 hours of the podcast for this golden nugget of bullshit. And it was Shimotsuki Moria.
Yeah, we said Shimotsuki Moria.
He's from Rico. And I specifically remember, oh my fuck. Okay, hold on. Okay, no. Pause. This isn't, I'm not, okay, hold on. It's not that this isn't real. It's not that it isn't real. It's just that he's adopted. There's no way. Okay, because
he can literally be Kozuki.
No, he can, but he's adopted. Because here's the reason why. Because hold on. The Shimotsuki thing made more sense. No, hold on. Because remember we also said how silly it was that. Because we went back in the timeline. I think we did it on stream and in the podcast, where we went back in the timeline and we're like, wait a second. Moria fought Kaido while Odin was dancing. So and then we were like, you know how stupid it would be if he was like known and he was Shimotsuki and he just didn't show up? Because even Hyogoro was like, yo, I should have just fought with Odin. But the fact that someone challenged Kaido and was like that, and Odin was there, and now you're saying, okay, it's Odin, his brother? Like, who is it? No, wait, hold on. Who is he? Is he no, he has to be the uncle.
While Odin twerked, bro.
He's the uncle. No, there's no shot. No, because he can't be.
Could be cousin.
He can't. Okay, cousin. Yeah, he can't be brother. Because no. Hold on. If he
could be cousin, I don't know, man. He's definitely a pureblood, in my opinion. I think he's a pureblood.
If he's pureblood, fine. Well, no, okay, fine, pureblood, whatever. I mean, none of them are pureblooded. That'd be incest. But second. Okay, hold on. I need to catch my breath. It's hard to breathe in here. There's drywall dust clogging my brain right now. What the fuck? Hold on. He cannot be the brother 100%, because if he's like even adopted, he cannot be Odin's dad related. You know how stupid it would be. I don't want to even.
Sukiyaki upscale.
Sukiyaki adopting Moria because he hates Odin so much, while I don't know, because that's the thing. It could easily be the case where that is the truth, because Odin didn't know his dad because he got abandoned when he was 5, and then only when he became daimyo was when he saw him, and then he didn't see him really again until later. He didn't know his dad. Oh my god. It is a world where his dad just adopted him.
Or he is a real Kozuki, and he's just a part of one of the 12 or 25 families that left Wano a long time ago, because Shimotsuki branched off. So the Kozuki could have branched off as well. And Moria's age fits it, because they left 55 years ago and Moria's 50. So he'd be the first generation of outside Kozuki family. So he could have, and then plus you have to imagine, like, he was raised in Ringo, but he came from the West Blue, so it's like, wait, like, how did he travel from there to there? Like, maybe he just followed the expedition's like backtrack. I don't know, but yeah. And then people have been bringing up alongside this Perona, because Perona, orphan, right? Orphan from the West Blue as well. And the funny thing about Perona, like, people brought this up a long time ago, but now it's more relevant. But Perona and Toko, they share the same hair color and the same eyes. We don't know Toko's family, but they're like, wait, what if Perona also comes from like a Wano-esque family? And that's why Moria adopted her. And then plus, like, there's the whole thing where you haven't seen it, but if you take Gecko and if you just inverse the kanji,
I see it now. Yeah.
If you inverse the kanji, it spells Kozuki. So Gecko means
sick.
Kozuki.
That's kind of sick. Wait, hold on. That's kind of sick.
And the literal translation of Gecko is moonlight as well. So it fits. Oh yeah, I think somebody put it right there too in the chat. But yeah, Gecko and Kozuki are just inverse of one another.
That's kind of. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's a lot of people saying that this is a retcon, but it's like, no, like, it's kind of been engraved in Gecko Moria's character. The
kanji. I recognize the Gecko, that part, and the Kozuki. I made entire videos on that, and it never dawned on me. And that's hilarious, because if you guys remember my like Void Century thing, like that era of my videos, I was so in it, like splitting up the kanji, looking at the katakana, and I had those on the like thing, but I never thought that like something like that would be wow. So I mean, hey, if Oda, and the thing is we do know Oda had a lot lined up with Wano already. Moria Wano was like predestined, that was probably one of the earliest things Oda had designed for Moria. If it's in his name, 100,000%. But then secondly, is that the only character Oda's doing that with? Like, that's kind of interesting. And then, hey, Perona, Nerona, like, hey, there's other name things too. We have God Valley being West Blue, Thriller Bark West Blue, Moria now. Yeah, I think a huge thing going from. Yo, what the fuck? Okay, here's one part that would be.
And then he can probably read the poneglyphs. Then, if he's a real Kozuki, he could probably read that shit.
Well, okay, whoa! There's not just teaching everybody that. You have to like teach them.
They're not teaching everybody. They're teaching Kozuki, dude.
If yeah, who's
real
gonna
Kozuki,
teach him?
That's his clan.
I mean,
do you think he doesn't have parents?
I mean, whether he does or not, like it's like the same thing with like Zoro is Shimotsuki,
you
right?
Can imagine he was raised in Ringo before Kaido got there. So yeah, there's a good chance Sukiyaki probably passed it down, or his family passed it down. Like there's a not non-zero chance that he knows how to read poneglyphs.
I'll agree to that. There's a not non-zero thing.
If anything, I think there's a high chance he could read the poneglyphs.
There's a non-zero chance of that. I'll acknowledge that. Now, hold the fucking horses. Why do you hate
Moria so much?
No, here's the thing, right? Giving him the poneglyph, being able to read that shit, and having the knowledge of it, there's two reasons why that's... Guys, careful. Why that's terrible is because, first of all, okay, Oda, if he's Kozuki and if you're eventually gonna let him read the poneglyphs, my man had there's no degree. Crocodile was closer to the poneglyphs than Moria earlier on in the series. There's no mention of poneglyph in Thriller Bark, and if he, like, I get it, Gecko, Kozuki, sure, but like the fact that Crocodile actually like was face to face with the poneglyph, can't read that shit. Yeah, you have a motherfucker who's like was on Wano, can read the poneglyph, doesn't give a shit about poneglyphs, doesn't know their importance. But secondly, if he can read the poneglyphs, I get it. We saw him using a sword in the in the thing. Why didn't he use a goddamn sword on Thriller Bark? He didn't. Not a single goddamn time.
He gave up the sword, bro. I mean, it's like asking why did he change his name, brother? He's probably ashamed that he lost to Kaido. He couldn't defend his homeland. So guess what? He takes his name and he flips it. He says,
So,
I can't be a Kozuki no more. I can't defend my home, bro.
so just hold the sword backwards. I've watched Kagurabachi. I know how it goes. It's stronger
He
backwards.
just dropped the sword. He gave up.
No.
After Kaido beat him, he stopped recruiting actual crewmates. He just
And he
opted for
He
zombies.
had Shusui. He knows, and he didn't wield it himself. That's crazy. I mean, he knew Ryuma. You know what's crazy now? He should have put way more focus into Ryuma, cause it's You know what I mean? Like he had him, but Ryuma's way more important than Oars. I'm sorry. You had Shusui. You had Ryuma. Imagine if you just put Zoro's shadow in Ryuma. Oh my god, he could have found the One Piece already. Imagine that, bro. Oh my god. Damn.
Moria stocks all-time high, bro. Moria, Kozuki, the Poneglyph Reader.
Why does he look like that then?
People are saying he has more agency and he's more if you're trying to min-max, you'd rather have Moria on your crew rather than Robin too.
Is his mom?
Dude, they're kind of cooking, bro.
His mom must be Ancient Giant. Right? Like
I don't know.
Is he like a
It could be like a Hyuga family thing. Like he's a side branch of the family, like the branch that just loves Ancient Giants and Oni.
Pirate of Justice? What the fuck is that? What Justice?
He's probably a hero, dude. You gotta imagine, he's only a villain to us, but for his knockup, bro, this guy crashed out for Absalom. He went to Yonko territory by himself.
Wait,
to get
hold
his
on.
friend back.
Hold on.
This guy's kind of fucking king. I'm not gonna lie.
So his body disappears, and I remember I said, like because Moria was an option. He was an option.
Moria was an option.
After like last chapter when they said that the body vanished, that's when I was like, Jigoro to me was out completely, mainly because it would make no sense for them to have had that guy body disappears and then Moria takes it. So Moria would make more sense, and then there was a few other options. Now the Kozuki part is the crazy part. I mean, Shimotsuki was already wild, right? Because imagine that. Shimotsuki, you have Zoro, you have Ryuma, you might as well just have... what is that, like, Wakanda meetup again? Like, what is that? Like, that's crazy. So, Kozuki, sure. He's Momo's uncle. Okay. Second removed from the family. I don't know how this works. Side branch family. Okay. Pirate of Justice, sure. But
wow,
his body
kind of makes sense too. They call this guy King of the Dead, which he kind of is dead, right? Wano thinks he's dead. It's kind of fire, dude.
Oh my god, this is so crazy because like he is actually so relevant. Like he escaped from Hachinosu, and Wano's right next door, right? Like it's pretty close. It's not that far. So like Shanks went. Well, not Shanks, but wait, is Hachinosu close? Do we know that? No. It's the other three places. Hachinosu, we don't know how close it is.
It shouldn't be super far though.
So that's one. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Yeah, wait, hold on. Fuck you guys. Fuck everybody, bro. Y'all wanted me to react to this cover story and include it in the timer. Nah, you guys are haters. This is not fair. This one's not fair at all. Is this I think this is better than revealing that Zoro is officially Shimotsuki in the SBS, right? Like if we had gotten Zoro Shimotsuki in the cover story, would that have been better? Like
I think that'd be really cool, yeah.
Yeah, I mean like we knew like that one's different because we like knew. It's like Oda just needed to do that for whatever, right? This one's actually, is this like the most substantial? Like Moria is substantial.
Also, here's another thing. Scuba brought it up with his super chat, so thank you for the 5, brother.
Sorry, I'm avoiding the chat a lot because I don't want to get spoiled on just in case someone comes in here and doesn't know that we're not like. But yeah, side filter, yeah.
Yeah, so this is another fun theory, but if Moria comes to Wano during this cover page story, and he brings Perona because Perona's with him, she could theoretically maybe cure the smile fruits because, you're super elated all the time. Perona could bounce them out with the negative hollows, and I think that theory is beautiful. Perona coming to Wano with Moria right now, I think is just fucking king shit. And then, of course, if they come with Cross Guild, you gotta imagine Wano and Zoe would literally bend over and spread their assholes, show their chocolate starfish for Moria, and they will give him the poneglyphs. No joke. They would, because if he's a true Kozuki, and if I mean, he should know Sukiyaki because he was in there at that time, then he literally could just get all of that. Hell, you could argue that they might even let Moria get Pluton. As crazy as that sounds.
No, yeah,
if he's been there for a long time and Sukiyaki knows him, they literally would say, "Hey Moria, you want this thing?"
No, okay, first of all, great.
I know,
love
bro.
That part of it. There's okay, no. Okay,
Moria,
see, here's the issue.
2025.
Here is the goddamn issue, okay? All right.
There's no issue.
No, there's an issue. There's an issue.
There's no
here,
issue.
okay. Let me get out my bias, which is that as you guys know, I've been working on a video, and the thing is, transparency, there's like 3 powers. Obviously, you guys know Shadow's theory. I'm always focused on Moria. And I've been debating 3 choices, and Moria was one of the top ones. This completely changes his priority, and I don't know what to do with that. Okay, but that aside, that aside, I don't consider that one of the problems, because one of the problems, right, of doing this with Moria is this is like reverse Kuma, okay? Because remember when we had Kuma and he stayed after Egghead, and we're like, why is Oda doing this? Is it just because he's the only Buccaneer we're in the story, and it's for some reason to delve into the lineage, and he's a Buccaneer, blah 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 blah, and we're just keeping him a half dead because of that, right? Or 90% dead, 99% dead, and he's just there because he's Buccaneer, right? And it's like, it'd be also weird if we just brought in another Buccaneer because Kuma's that important, and it's like, yeah, but like I almost rather Kuma just and then we have another person who's a Buccaneer, whatever. This is like that, but in reverse, because Moria is an important character, but Moria being Kozuki and doing all of what you just said basically cucks Wano. Like all of the cope of like, guys, don't worry, these loose ends, don't worry, Zunisha didn't just show up to just leave. No, because then it would be that if Moria's the true Kozuki that's supposed to open up Wano, and Odin's like, guys, scabbards, open up Wano, and then he has his son, Toki sends in the future, that shit didn't matter, because you had Moria, and then Moria is just gonna be like, Zunisha, I am the true Kozuki, and then he's just like, oh my god, and then can Momo read the poneglyphs? No, the fuck he cannot. But if Moria can
teach him, Daddy Moria. I'm telling you, dude. I love how, I don't know if you haven't seen it because you just read the chapter. Dude,
I didn't read the chapter. I didn't
read
the chapter, but yeah, continue.
The images of the Kozuki family on the wiki is so fucking funny. You have Odin, you have Toki, Momonosuke Hiyori, and then here's fucking Moria. Just chilling, dude. Chilling with the family. It's actually one of the funniest things ever.
Imagine Yamato, that entire spiel. Momo! You can't concede to Kaido. It's just that you might as well just commit to death. In comes Moria. Fuck you, Momo. You're not even a good king anyways. Moria comes over. He takes over the... Remember we were shitting on him being a terrible shogun. Now we have Moria. And then you can't be worse than Momo, dude, who's an 8-year-old, and Sukiyaki, who doesn't know fresh water from salt water. You can't be worse. We know Moria can run an empire.
He can run an empire, dude. The thing is, bro, I'm not gonna lie, this makes Odin seem even more silly. Like, he could have teamed up with his fucking cousin. He could have teamed up with his actual fucking cousin and beat Kaido.
Dude.
You can argue that Moria wasn't that strong. Moria maybe didn't push Kaido. It looked like an equal clash, but of course that's anime shit, right? It just, they clash and that's it. But if Moria was at least a little bit competent back then, he really could have taken so much of the burden off of Odin's shoulders. And I don't think Odin and Moria would have lost. Especially since Moria had his entire gang with him too, like actual live crewmates. Like,
It's
dude,
not his brother. Stop it, Mr. Knight. It's not his brother. That makes the story 100 times worse.
cousin, brother,
I
whatever you
hate.
want to call him.
I would hate
He
it if
could have
it's
teamed up 2 Kozukis, bro. 2 Kozukis.
if Sukiyaki adopted Moria. Terrible. If he's his half brother, that's terrible for Odin. What would that mean? What would that mean? Like, because the reality is, I doubt Moria, because the thing is, Pirate of Justice. That's a good.
Moria's the goat.
That's a good moniker, right? Meaning, like when he's fronting with Kaido, he's trying to save Wano. He cares about Wano. It's not like I want to take over. It's not like Game of Thrones, right? Where it's like, I'm not going to side with this guy because that guy wants to be king. Moria wants to stop Kaido from taking over Wano because now it's like, you remember when the Whitebeard pirates are like, hey, should we go help Odin? And they're like, nah, that's not my country. There's going to be lots of people dead. I don't want to put that on the people. Moria can make that decision because he's goddamn heir to the throne. This is crazy. So you
Moria
know
said,
for
I'm
a fact,
gonna save my home.
you know for a fact that Moria, who by the way has to know Odin, has to, because what was happening the entire time Moria was there? Odin was running around dancing goddamn naked. There's no shot Moria didn't at least one time in the tour of Odin's literal balls in front of everybody's face did Moria go, hey brother, let's go fight Kaido. What did Odin? Did Odin ignore his ass? Did Odin go like, you're not Kozuki? Like, what? I mean, no, this can't. No, Mori. No, but they knew that he was Kozuki. He was raised in Ringo. This shit.
He was raised in Ringo. Like that. That's why when people say Mori is a fraud, I don't think he is. Like he was raised there. He's been there for years. So it's not like hidden information or he made up the name. It's like no, dude. Like he's been there for a hot minute.
Yasha of Flames said Moria didn't know that they were related. That can't be true either. If his tombstone says Kozuki Moria, that means the people who buried him at the time, who thought his body vanished, knew that he was Kozuki Moria. So it would be crazy if Moria himself didn't realize he was Kozuki to the point that he flipped his name.
Important person there.
Yeah, he had to have known.
Odin is so prominent. He had to have known.
He had to have known. Now, okay. My guys, I had a long day. I need to wrap. This is crazy.
Do you see part why I'm like, yo, I need to hop in for that cover page?
Valid. Funny, no, man. I'm glad. Thank you.
So good.
Yeah, you're right. You're sorry. You may not be right on everything, but this was the spoilers. This is why you're the Yonko of spoilers. Bro.
It was so good, crazy. Man. It was. I think I spent the last few days just smiling because of Moria. I'm not even joking. Like, you know, I called Moria like a top 5 reveal in One Piece. I'm not even like capping when I say that. I love this reveal so much.
Hunter.
It's so funny.
Why didn't Izo react to Moria on Marineford? Facts. No, okay. So let's pause the I have so, don't get me wrong, guys. I think the main thing that I love about this is the fact that you can at least tell that Oda had this set up because of the name. You can't just accidentally do that. That's not an accident, okay? First of all. Second of all,
some planned shit.
Outside of that, there's also the context of all the warlords in pre-time skip. Oda 100% tied Moria to Wano. There was some inkling of, hey, I want to do something with this character, and like this is how important of a character he is. Now we don't know how important it was, and it's up to Oda to involve that into the story. Now the problem that I have, and all the criticism that I have had, is that some of the things on Wano become, you guys can have your perspective. You can go the completely negative route of like, oh, this is terrible writing, which I'm sure Twitter's half saying that. Or you could say, well, that's silly. Or you could say, what the fuck happened here? And I think I'm at like straight up, I don't think that there, outside of this, I think there's so many things that people are like, what, why the hell did Odin do half of this shit? Why, me and Sai literally on record have like 48 hours of us shitting on Sukiyaki for why the hell did he do all of these decisions? Apparently it runs in the family, okay? So there's that, all right? Now, outside of that, they said he vanished, but they also said the crew all died. My question is, And I already thought this. If this is Moria on the thing from last chapter, I was saying that means Absalom was here, and Absalom already had the thing, because that would be the most like like that's literally the same wording basically that Doflamingo used at Marineford. He just vanished, and Oda was like, that was Absalom. Absalom was hiding at Marineford to help Moria escape if it was needed. So on we don't know the timeline, I don't think, of when Absalom and even, okay, wait, hold on, I'm remembering.
You gotta remember that Moria can switch with his shadows, and that's how he escaped a lot of attacks on Thriller Bark 2. So it doesn't have to be that he had Absalom early. He could have just switched places with his shadow, and he can detach his shadow too. So, like, he is, like, outside of Absalom, he is a really finicky guy to kill.
True. I like to think
Very
that Absalom was
elusive.
there. But without saying too much, guys, that's a me bias thing.
And also, one more thing with Perona. It is interesting that not just like the hair and the eyes, but Toko is an orphan that got adopted by the Shimotsuki. And this would mean that Perona was also an orphan who was adopted by the Kozuki. So they have like this weird orphan parallel too. Like there's something about their families that just die after birth, I guess. But yeah, like everything about this just fits up well. And then the whole thing about like, oh, you know, Zoro and Perona like have this nice relationship together. It's, you know, they have ties to Wano together, man. They just don't even know it. Like there's so much about this that's a lot of fun. Like this is probably one of like the best plot points we've had in a minute.
That makes so many things.
Like the thing is, right? Like Rocks, people are like, oh, so what about Rocks and all this? I love it. Don't get me wrong. But we saw Rocks coming. We knew he was going to be in the story eventually, right? We knew a lot of things were going to be in the story eventually. Moria, I could not have guessed this shit, bro. Like, it's so unpredictable that it's almost like, you know, extreme example, but it reminds me of like Eni's Lobby when it's like, oh, by the way, Rob Lucci and Kaku are bad guys. It's like, what the fuck? What? Like it's just so shocking.
Yeah, it's also interesting from the stealing Shusui angle too, because he didn't need to steal it. But the thing is, he needed to do it in secrecy, I guess, because that's another angle that like kind of proves how he had left under the guise like he actually died, and he probably wanted that way because Wano believed that Shusui was stolen, and that also because the National Treasure gone cursed Wano. So them but the reality is they not only trusted Moria, they could to a certain extent, like, no, I'm not gonna, revere is a heavy tone, but Kozuki, like that is a reverence level of like, because that's the shogun, that's the family, you know what I mean? Like Onimaru. Oh man, I feel like if there were like D1 haters, they would go back to the Onimaru flashback and see his point of view of the Shusu being stolen, because I'm pretty sure his thing was like he was guarding it, and then once it got stolen, he just started. That's when he went on his like rampage, right, or whatever. Not rampage, but he started like stealing the weapons and trying to bring it back because it was because Moria stole all of them. But like Onimaru didn't know that it was Moria, because had he known, then it would have been fine, right? Or no, I don't know. That's an interesting.
I think it would have been. Since he's a Kozuki and he was known as a hero and he did try to fight Kaido, I do think that they would maybe forgive Moria for stealing Shisui.
Yeah.
But I also think it's one of those things you just don't bring up current day. Like you pretend like it never happened. But
yeah, like. I'm almost like more here. Okay, hold on. What if? Nah, there's no
like it's like for like imagine, right? Like you have a son. Let's say your son's like 15 years old, Par, and one day you realize that somebody stole like $50 from your wallet, and you're like, what the fuck? Somebody stole $50, and then you come to find out it's your son. It's like, maybe it's fine. It's like one of those things, you know.
Okay.
Like after they find out Moria did it, I feel like they might be okay with it.
There's so many theories, I'm sure, but one that just came to my head is like, okay, I'm not trying to be racist, okay, all right, but like Zoro, Ushimaru, right? they look like brothers. They look like father son, to the point that there was no end to how many theories. Is he a clone? Is he just blue-haired Zoro? Like, we don't, like, there was so many levels to it. That's just like 1 degree of separation, right? And like that's how similar they are. And like we had their Kuina and Tashiki, like they look similar, right? How the hell do you get Odin, Sukiyaki, Momo,
They have the
Hiyori?
same smile.
No, hold on. My here. What is there? Is
If
there?
you put them side by side, they look identical.
Yeah, sure, Sai, sure. You know, because they look so identical that prior to this cover story, I'm sure you were front cover putting them side by side. Hey guys, look, they look identical twins. They like if they looked identical side, this wouldn't be that crazy, right? Like it'd be like, oh no shit, guys, Odin and Moria, they look like Shanks and Shamrock, right? Like we literally have twins in the series, and you're like, oh, they look identical. Yeah, shut up, Sai. Okay, my thing is. Moria barely looks human. Is there a chance that like he's like a result of Toki? Like maybe he's from the West Blue, but like he's like we have ancient giants. What if there's ancient humans and he got like jettisoned into the future? And Toki, like, you know, what if that maybe that could solve a lot of the what the hell, how come Sukiyaki, Odin, and whatever didn't know about this? You know what I mean? Like, and then also. No, Toki didn't get injured with Moria. But was Moria? No, Moria got a bounty in the. No, wait, yeah, maybe. Yeah, what if Moria got jettisoned into the future by Toki some point in the past? That could explain he's like from the West Blue. You know, how do you? Wait a second. That actually could make a lot of goddamn sense. You know why? No, wait, hold on.
Why?
Oh, no, that it sounded stupid until I realized something. Because here's the thing. Moria got defeated by Kaido. Lost everyone. Let's give him for the sake of this conversation, let's give him Absalom. He leaves Wano, goes to the West Blue, and then does what Water 7 is trying to do. Turn their island into a floating island. He did something that like the Gali La, like the ancient Gali La probably did. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally did on his own. He did something that like think about, because people on Wano don't even know how to make ships. They don't even know how to make ships. They needed Frankie and Usopp to make their ships. That's how terrible they are. You're telling me a dude raised in Ringo made a ship that's so good that he can terraform an island into it? No, that's kind of crazy. When you think about it, he left Wano with the knowledge that Iceberg wishes he had now. Iceberg's sitting there like, you know what? My life stream is to change Water 7 into a floating ship. My guy did that on his own, floated his island to the thing. Yo, hold on. What if he's
and you
actually...
know what else? Another thing too that people have been saying, I've been saying it too, but shit, since he is a Kozuki and he can read poneglyphs, and we know that Wano has Pluton, people are saying he modeled Thriller Bark off of Pluton too. There's a lot of ways we can like look at Moria's Thriller Bark and just everything Moria related. Now. It's all different.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Nothing will ever be the same ever again.
Yo, I'm actually... No, I didn't finish reading. We're doing something different. I read the cover story per Sai's suggestion and Sai's here just for the cover story. Then we're going to get the chapter. Just want to clarify that. Sorry again for the random change for people who are either here first time or tuning in just now. Still got the reading. This cover story is... this singular cover story is right now, as far as theory crafting goes, on the same level as the Enel thing. I don't know if there's another cover story that's made me think this much, because and so quickly. And I'm honestly, I need to eat a little bit, take a little rest, sit on that, because the fact that the Moria, this reveal, there's so many What the hell? And it could be answered by the, I know, Toki's bullshit. Nobody likes the plot device that, you know, whatever you want to call that. But there are good uses to it. And am I going to say this is a good use? No, but it is a use that could be used here that can explain Thriller Bark. Because Thriller Bark in and of itself is something that is so it's almost on the level of how the hell does no it's beyond that. Honestly, it's beyond that. How does Crocodile even know about Pluton? You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things that to this day we don't have a answer for, where that people like, oh, he's Croco mom, he's Luffy's mom, right? But it's like, yo, how does he know about Pluton? The same shit with Moria. How did he do the thing that literally the world's greatest shipwrights are dreaming of doing to their own island, and he did alone? That's kind of insane. That's honestly, when you contextualize it like that, it doesn't make too much sense. Like, is Moria a shipwright all of a sudden? From Wano raised Kozuki? Nah, none of that lines up, right? But it could line up if there's some sort of connection to the past, to Gali La, to the people that are attributed to all this crazy shipwright stuff that is currently relevant to the story and Wano, and the guy's coming back most likely, and we know that even Rox himself is looking for Galila. Oh my god. Yo, hold on. There's so much.
He might come to Elbaf, man. He might even come to Elbaf. Never forget Shadow's Asgard.
Yeah, no, that, okay, yeah, that is a huge reason why relevant Shadow's theory. There's a lot of going on Elbaf that could tie to Moria beyond this.
Moria, he literally has his fingers in every arc. He still is going to get the God Valley, Rock's pirate corpses.
And
Moria's never looked better.
You know what, too? Yeah, exactly, Ace. That's an exact goddamn reason why that this is what I was saying is relevant. If Moria, okay, let's take Toki out of the equation and just insert X reason as to how Moria gets here from the past, okay? Sure, all the theorists worldwide can think of 99 reasons, but the fact that Toki is there tells us a lot. So let's just say that he's somehow from the past. He would know old Wano. He would know probably Pluton. If he could do that to Thriller Bark alone, then there's a lot of reasons as to why even go back to Wano. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different things that you have to ask yourself. Like, did he go back to Wano to just tell Kaido, hey, yo, stop, this is my homeland, because he cares? You know what I mean? Like, that's an interesting one. We know he was building up an army to take over. That was the whole point of the zombie part. So there's levels to why that's crazy. But another thing to also acknowledge is that we know that Moria is so relevant that Oda set him aside from the warlords in a way that's beyond even like Mihawk, beyond the ones joined Cross Guild. Oda's had him kidnapped, had his first mate assassinated, like, and then on top of that, he off-screened his escape by Kobe. And then let's not forget, Perona infiltrated Hachinosu solo to do all that. Like, this is all side story, off screen and in cover story. But also, Oda also recently leaked, or not leaked, but like he revealed that was it Perona? Yeah, it was Perona that was going to be a part of the Cross Guild poster. So that's hard. That's how hard Oda wants to pivot Moria. He not only, like Sai saying, has his fingers in everything, it's also his. No, and then let's not forget.
I forgot to bring that up.
Let's not forget Hogback in Egghead. Vegapunk brought his research back into relevancy. Yes, not in pure name, but in a multitude of ways. Like, Vegapunk's research was also built off of Hogback. So there's levels to how much Oda wants to pivot Moria. And in the Kuma flashback, we saw the Moria was there again, in the sense that, like, that was a huge pivotal moment for Kuma. So there's so many things to it. I've always liked Moria in that regard. And I think that this cover story did more than all of Thriller Bark combined. Because listen, like, go back to my Shadows theory. You can see how much focus I have on Moria's power. And I couldn't put the focus on Moria because back then, to get, you're going to get the weakest. You built this huge theory on the weakest warlord. Is he even like Kobe level anymore? Like, the amount of slander that Moria got, that it extended to his power, you couldn't even make theories about him coming back to relevancy. Like he doesn't even scale to Jack. You think he's the weak, he's probably not even Mr. 1 level. Like, there's so much shit that would happen. And like, now I could just be like, you think that Moria is not relevant? Look at this kid. Did you not read the manga? That's how I know you're an anime only loser. Now, I'm not gonna say that, but obviously this is insane. This is insane. Shadows Theory deserves more than a revival, but Moria, we have his Seraphim. Where the hell did his Seraphim get sent to? Man, it would be sick if Moria's Seraphim made it to. Man, that breaks the Seraphim. They're not all he's not S Lizard anymore. That doesn't make sense. He's S Moon. He's S Light Moon. He's Slight Moon. That's what he is now. He's no longer S Lizard. He's not S Hawk, S Snake.
S Bat.
Nope, you can't even be that because his name isn't an animal anymore. Got him. Do we do this? Can someone do this with all the warlords? What's Boa backwards? Abo? Wait, Abo. Is that like a biblical name? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Ah, damn.
Oh wait,
no. Boa's probably not kanji. It's probably katakana. Moria's is kanji. That's wild. Yeah. All right. Well, Tide of Justice.
He got his bounty. Champion.
Tired
add
of
another
justice.
layer to why the government want to get rid of him too. Maybe they found out. Somebody brought up an idea that maybe Nasujuro figured it out, and he's like, dirty blood Kozuki out here, gotta kill him.
I'm trying to think of like
reading Kozuki. Gotta eliminate this guy.
Wow, Moria. Wow.
Yeah. I know.
Oof. Man, I mean, I don't want to go back to it, but like, we need a Moria flashback. We need him to see. We need from his POV, his distant cousin, his uncle. His aunt. Why not? His aunt. Moria could be his aunt at this point. All right. If Crocodile could be Luffy's mom, I might as well. It might be Moria. I mean, Momo's. It might be Momo's clone.
Like, imagine next time we see. And you know what's funny too, by the way. I don't know if you guys believe in like romance in One Piece after the story's ended, like 20, 30-year time skip. But if Zoro does end up with Hiyori, by the way, which is like the only good ship he has. But if, like, in 30 years, if Zoro does get with Hiyori, technically he'd be related to Moria, which would be so fucking funny, dude. Imagine that. Imagine Zoro saying, hey, Uncle Moria. Well, I mean, I guess, Sanji pudding, Big Mom would be, like, his mother-in-law, which, it's...
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. Funny, bro. Shit's hilarious.
I think we
Moria,
always,
give me more shadows.
We discussed warlords
during Zoro's Mihawk fight. Moria's like, wait, is that a Shimotsuki? Zoro, quick! I'll give you shadows. You can beat Mihawk. You got this.
Yeah, he becomes like the background mage. He just starts buffing everybody. I'm not gonna say. Oh my god, I have to. There's that whole. Oh, wow. Amatsuki, Kozuki, that video, the Civil War video, that's even more insane if we calculate Moria into it. Did I bring up Thriller Bark in that video? I don't think so. Which is kind of wild because that would kind of mean... Was there nothing? Maybe there's something. I'll double check. If someone wants to double check that video. Because I went like through a lot of things and connected back to Wano. Thriller Bark might have had something, but that aside, oh damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my god, this is a lot. This is a lot to wrap your head around. I remember. We after Wano, I think there was so many entry points where we floated like, oh, maybe like a warlord shows up, maybe Blackbeard shows up. You know, we have floated that many of times. I think Moria's emphasis point hadn't been never as high as it has been in recent, especially post Hachinosu escape. But now relation, that's insane, right? Like that's obviously something that we couldn't have really fathomed. But now I almost am okay. Big Mom, no, but I wouldn't be upset if Kaido's dead now. If Kaido's dead and
Moria comes back, gets the corpse, dude.
Yeah, if he gets it,
Moria comes here and gets the corpse.
He gets ores, but on crack cocaine steroids.
You know how much people would hate that though? Imagine like Kaido comes back, but it's like dead Moria zombie Kaido. I think people would be upset.
People would be upset. I know. That's why I said I wouldn't be mad. I'm not gonna be upset. I wouldn't be in love with it. But like, as far as Kaido being dead, it can't be. And there's no shot Moria gets Big Mom and Kaido. But for the revenge of it, right? He gets Kaido's corpse. But the thing is, here's the thing, guys. Here's what you got to remember. What Moria said. Unless Oda gives him time skip buff with like his fruit and he's way more insane. Because Oda did two things. Oda said Moria as the ruler can set the rules. And that obviously will scale with his own hockey willpower, awakening if he's good with his fruit. But it also scales debuffingly downwards with the strength of the corpse, which we saw with Ryuma. Ryuma still had Ryuma, even though he had Brook's shadow in him, to the point that Brook got like insulted almost. Brook was like, yo, he ain't ever showed me this side of him. He always was putting on kitty gloves and training wheels. And then Zoro showed up, and then Ryuma was like, do I smell my lineage in here? And then he started to be like, well, actually, I'm a samurai, and these moves are just a cover for my hockey. And then he started, as a corpse, started using Rio, which, like, that doesn't make sense. But you gotta imagine that, like, if Moria does get Kaido, that would be a really funny dynamic, because Moria would have the control of the shadow that's controlling the corpse, but Kaido would be so strong that he'd still have his body, but he couldn't like kill Moria. I doubt he would be, because he's still under control, but he'd still have that, like, you know, like Zoro, Sanji as zombies still have that gimmick. Like, that would open up some really funny dialogue. I would think Moria's just like, shut up, Kaido, and now finally gets to use them. And then maybe, like, I don't know, like something could come out of that. But it'd be like having Madara, right? Like, not to bring up like it'd be Kaido, but doesn't feel pain. I mean, come on. That's fucking nuts, right? Like, at that point, just kill Yamato, put Yamato's shadow in Kaido. I'm fine with that. Yamato doesn't need to... Imagine that Yamato in Kaido's body. No one ever thought about that one. We were stuck on other things, and, you know, that one would be a kind of wild one. At that point, just kill Momo. Oh, yeah, kill Momo. Put him in Kaido's body. He already knows how to use the fruit.
No, Mori would never do that. Moria loves his family.
Yeah, but if he knows Game of Thrones, he knows what he has to do. Momo's a threat to his throne.
Moria knows.
Yeah,
he's just happy. He's just happy a fellow Kozuki's on the throne.
Yeah, okay. Moria shows up.
Like, it's like one of those things, like, you know how, like, for Akainu, right? We see him as a hard ass, but we have a good feeling that when it comes to Hibari, he might have a soft spot.
Yeah.
The same could be said for Moria. We know that's true for Moria's Nakama, like Absalom and all them. But if Moria is surrounded by his family, he might be very different.
This is true. I agree. I mean, we have Perona. He's very Absam's die hard, you know what I mean? Like there's a loyalty, he's a good guy, sure. But there's also like, you know, Absalom was a lanky dude, I think. And then he buffed him up, gave him like elephant things, and like he buffed him up, right? And then with Prona, he got her when he was a kid. Momo skipped the cute part. Maybe Moria is like, I didn't raise this 20-year-old man child.
Moria's gonna walk up and he says, "You're a spitting image of my brother."
What? Who? You're
Odin,
not,
dude.
I thought you were off the train.
Oh my god.
They're not brothers.
Say cousin. Just say cousin. That's fine. We don't know what he is. Say cousin.
They're not brothers.
Oh
They're
my
not
god,
brothers.
you remind me of my great cousin Odin.
Yes. Okay. I'm fine with that. It's not no brothers. No brothers. I don't listen. Brothers is terrible for Sukiyaki or Odin.
Dude,
because
Uncle Mori is the cool uncle. He's literally just the cool uncle.
I'm fine with cousin, uncle, cousin. That's fine. All right. Fine. Cool. Fine. But brother, like, dude, we'd have our directors would force us to bring up Sukiyaki so much longer. You know, we've been talking about Sukiyaki for like 3 years. Every video, nonstop, at least 40 minutes, and it's like it adds up. It takes a toll, bro. You know how terrible it would be for my health if he's related to, if he's like there is a world. There is that's the sucky part of it. Sukiyaki gives me no reason to not think that like. Does Moria?
You look like your father, my dear nephew. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say because Moria.
And then imagine that they were out the red carpet, and then you have all of the samurai of Wano saying, "Welcome home, hero," and Moria just gets off a ship and walks up to the capital.
You're gonna hate this idea. I just realized something.
What is it?
Yo, you're gonna absolutely hate this idea. This might be the only
related, I don't know.
Sukiyaki upscale. Because I like Perona low key. She makes like the dolls, right? Like she makes like Kumashi. Yeah. Well, I think it's not Kumachi is Kuma, and then I think there's Kumasi, whatever. I think it was at the C, like it's literal C. I forget. Something like that. And then the other ones are also like dolls, like literal things. And then that was like Sukiyaki's Kokeshi dolls. And then I'm sitting here like, yo, hold on. What if Moria comes to Wano and then he like raises an army of Sukiyaki's Kokeshi dolls and gives Sukiyaki's army of like all his life work? He was literally stuck in a dungeon, hiding away from his duty as a shogun, making Kokeshi dolls. And now I can see a world where Moria just takes the Kokeshi dolls. Perona thinks they're cute. He puts shadows in them. And the thing is, Kokeshi dolls are supposed to be like they protect kids. Like that's like the actual lore of Kokeshi dolls. They're for children's day, I think for May 5th, which is Luffy's birthday. That's you make Kokeshi dolls and then you sit them in front of your house or in front of the thing and they protect all the kids from demons. And so there is a world where Moria makes Sukiyaki relevant. All the things that Sukiyaki didn't tell anybody about freshwater, didn't fight for his nation, didn't help his son, didn't do anything. He'd been making those dolls, and his God-given son, Moria, related. He might actually just it might actually be Sukiyaki's like, Moria, I knew you'd return. And then he gives him this, I've been making all these Kokeshi dolls for you. Like, it might actually be some bullshit like that, bro. That might be crazy. It could be.
Moria could become the guardian deity of Wano. And another thing that's kind of funny, I mean, of course, Wano is affiliated with the Straw Hats, but I wouldn't be shocked if Morio's like, hey, Cross Guild, can we like also extend can we extend protection to Wano too? Like, I like to imagine they'd say yes, and then there's no reason for them to say no. There really isn't. Like, imagine that protection. Like, don't attack Wano, not because of the samurai, not because of Luffy, but you're gonna have to fucking mess with Cross Guild.
I just hate. No, because so here's the thing. Like, no, because here's the other part of it. Going back to,
being protected by 2 Yonko.
The first thing that
no cost, no tribute whatsoever. just free of charge, you have 2 Yonkos protecting your island.
And the other part is, here's the other thing is, like, whether or not Kaido is alive or not, right? Regardless, at the end of the fight, the reality is Kaido reckoned with the reality that Luffy is Joy Boy, because he basically said the king the guy who will defeat me has to be Joy Boy. That's it. And that was his, like, when he's facing the punch, he's like, you know what? I just lose here because I lose, and he's Joy Boy. I'm not, whatever, king, whatever, all that stuff, right? I mean, that all just goes back to, like, Odin saying, like, hey, we have to open up Wano for Joy Boy. And I need to know what Odin read or what Odin heard at Laugh Tale. Because Odin left Laugh Tale, and then that was his thing. He was like, I have no other purpose. Even if I don't beat Kaido, 20 years, he'll be defeated. I could even cope with the fact that Moria shows up, Odin's there, Odin is trying to do his 5-year dance thing, and he knows 20 years from now, Kaido loses. So when Moria shows up, I'm going to beat Kaido. He's like, nah, brother, the Laugh Tale, the One Piece isn't on your side, bro. You're 20 years too early. You're on your own. Hey, if you won't listen to me, that's on you. He probably couldn't convince Moria. Maybe he tells Moria, maybe he tells him a little bit about something at Laugh Tale, which would be really insane for Moria. I wouldn't be mad at that part. But when Odin says that, when he's on his dying breath in the boiling oil, Odin's meant to boil. We open up Wano for Joy Boy. It's not Momo. It's not himself. It's Moria. The guy he had to have slighted. He had to have slighted Moria. There's no world where it would make sense that they didn't cross. Like, even in acknowledgement. You know what I mean? Like, how crazy would it be if your uncle went to go fight Kaido and died? Right? And if your entire thing is like, hey, I'm not going to fight Kaido because there's hostages. If I fight him, then he kills them. And then my uncle goes and fights him. Doesn't that risk the whole plot? Like, doesn't Odin, like, at least consider that part? That Orochi would be like, hey, Odin, your family's fucking shit up, right? Like, is that...
I mean, the funniest thing is that the hostages died, like, the very next day anyways.
Well, Odin, Moria did it first year into the dancing, right? Because there's 4 more years. Oh, 2 years into the dancing? So there's still 3 more years
into the dancing. I'm just saying that, like, the hostages, they died pretty quick. Like, Orochi made it sound like he just killed the hostages or sold them off the very next day. I mean, of course, in Odin's mind, they were still hostages, but they were long gone by that time. Man. But also, Par, I gotta head out.
Yeah. This is.
I gotta go.
This is unprecedented. Thank you, Sai, for tuning in.
I'm glad you like the Moria reveal. It did not disappoint. It paid off. 40 weeks of Yamato boredom, which I love. Yamato still, great character, but boring adventure. But now we finally have a great payoff. So hopefully you guys enjoy that one.
He can read Odin's journal.
Me and Par will be back later with the Parcast. Are you good for Sunday?
Oh, earlier. We'll talk about it. I'll talk about it.
Okay, just message me after you're done then.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one, guys. Peace out. Thanks for the super chats.
Bye, Sai. Thank you.
Of course.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know how I'm gonna. This one's huh? What the hell? What? Oda, please. This is. Okay. To clarify, Sai left, but for people who tuned in and haven't read the vote, we did something unprecedented. We just did the cover story. Because it was insane. Sai told me some, like, cover story. That's all he wrote, cover story. And then because of scheduling, I ended up going much later, like starting, and then it just worked where I was just like, okay, let's try. If the cover story is that crazy, how about we just bring you on at the start, and then, or Sai's, that was Sai's idea, and then we just did the cover story, and now I'm gonna read the rest of the chapter. But I just need to like clean slate, because like the other thing is, which like we did tackle a little bit, is that Moria and this cover story could also be related to the chapter too, like the inner workings, to the point where like last cover story, or the cover story before, Gyo was one of the people as an option here, because people were like, hey, there's a world where there's a connection here. Blackbeard pirates, rocks, Wano, maybe there's some loop around, right? And Moria is still relevant. Like, who's to say that Oda doesn't give us some Moria stuff? So again, Sai was here and he was reading the chat. I'm not reading chat as much because I don't want to get spoiled on the chapter, just in case someone assumes that I finished reading and then I didn't, and then I see a spoiler. But and then apologies for the energy. I think it's reasonable considering I just spoke an hour about a god, one singular, not even a page. I don't even remember. I'm closing my eyes. I don't even know if I can recall the rest of the picture. I know Yamato's there. I think her horns were extra pointy. They were. But other than that, I couldn't really tell you. There was a, wait, hold on. There's a house. Was there a house last time? Did Oda just build a house? Did they build a house? Also, the house is like someone bit the house. You see that? Someone bit the side of it. Point being is, we're going to start the timer, the vote, the timing, that's on the full chapter. There was one thing that I was going to say. Also, I do like my idea that Moria might have been time shifted into here by Toki, because that could explain a lot of things. And that would add a lot of things. Not saying that's the only option, but I like that option. There was one other thing that as I was leaving, I realized. Oh yeah, if he can read Poneglyph, he can read Odin's journal. That could change some things. It's an old temple, sure, but Alejandro, I'd argue that if we're talking about like wear and tear and decay, that right there. Now, you know, I'm not like an archaeologist, but I would say that's not normal wear and tear. I see snow. I see that the parts that are exposed to, you know, the load bearing parts, and then also exposed more to the elements, they're pretty pristine. And then there's the other pillar. There's no symmetrical damage. Someone chomped Moria's pillar. That's a little funky. Good thing you didn't start the timer. See, I have good ideas. I have bad ideas. And all I'm saying is I wanted to see how long it would take me to read an actual chapter. Today is not really the best day because I've been up since 6 a.m. It's now 8 p.m. and I've been doing construction stuff. So there's that. And again, update. Awesome update. Maybe even by the podcast. Actually, no, definitely by the podcast. I will have walls. I won't be in this mess anymore. Anyways. Okay. We're here. Have I read the chapter yet? No, we're gonna read the chapter right now. We're an hour 22 minutes in. I'm gonna put the time. I'm gonna correct this timestamps. How do I even work on the video? That's the other problem. There's sometimes there's delays because I'm busy in life. There's delays because I'm sick or I can't record. Then there's the regular delay where when a chapter comes out, something exciting happens, and I'm like, damn, I wanna stop writing this old ass shit. Which the current one isn't really old ass shit, so I'm joking a little bit. It's related to rocks. I mentioned it last time. Spoiler: rocks. Moria is looking for a thing. I didn't fully go in that direction. Moria is mentioned, but now I have to like recontextualize every time I mention Moria because That's wild. Um, well, now that I said that, I just came up with another reason why I like the idea that Moria didn't like exist in the One Piece world timeline as we know it, the way it did. I remember. Or not the Shadows theory. There was a specific detail that made Moria similar to Luffy, and that detail makes a lot of sense for what might be the case to explain this scenario. Anyways, without further ado, we have the timer. I'm gonna start the timer. Thank you guys for tuning into the Knockup Stream. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm gonna get to the super chats after I'm done reading. Thank you guys for super chatting. I haven't seen the super chats because I didn't want to get spoiled. I haven't looked at the chat too often. Thank you guys for being here. Sorry again for a schedule change. If I end up closing my eyes when I'm idly talking and not reading, it's because I'm preserving my rest. I've been on my feet. I feel like I'm so tired right now. If I were to sit down in my chair, I might fall asleep sitting up. So I'm gonna stay standing. But yeah, we're gonna start the timer now. We're gonna get to the chapter. And 1 hour 25 minutes. Did I really spend an hour on the cover story? This is the Void chapter, the Void hour, for sure. All right, we started the timer. Cover story doesn't count. We have Oda's note. We have Oda's note. Was there anything else in the cover story that's relevant? Swords. They didn't give him a sword. They didn't make Moria a sword. His sword, Kaido. Wait, hold on. I just realized that part. As a Kozuki, aren't you born with the sword? Odin got one, and no one is that even like him. Does that mean Moria might have a supreme grade blade? Moria, oh no, not supreme grade, like a special sword, He might actually have a sword, and I agree with the side part where we all kind of agree that Moria gave up after Kaiko, right? Like giving up the sword might be that, gave up his sheet away. He might show up and then like Zoro, and then clash with Zoro, and then we're like the fuck, and then but it's like with his sword. Oh my god, because they didn't put it, they didn't use it. They didn't use it on the thing. He's the pirate of justice, the warrior of whatever, that the hero. There's swords around him. So if it's not there, either he stole it and he has it, and then he wields it again, and then he's back to his former glory. Is that it? Oh my god. Yo, he has scissors. What if he splits the scissors and that's his sword? No. Wait, if I go back and see the... Do I remember? Oh, wait. I might... already have... No, this is... 472 is later. We're looking at 459? No, before. Luffy's thing is already gone. Where is it? Where's the god? Oh, no. It's before. He has to cut the thing. So it's 456? 456. It's kind of nice. Does he cut it already? He already cut it. Damn it. He's sleeping. Does he have it? No. God damn it. Does he have it here? Oh my god. No. Does he cut it here in this chapter? Puts thing there. That's not him. Oh, does he have it here? Does he have it? He's not holding it. No. God damn it. He does have a smile. Smile fruit? Crazy? No, I'm joking, but what? Is it not here? Oh my god. I don't remember what chapter he cuts the shadow off. No, I had to have skipped it. Is it? It's earlier than this? What the? Oh, Luffy's already. It's 4:48. Sorry, hold on. This fills in the part where I cut in without the cover story. This will substitute that time. Where is it? No, I don't remember. Does somebody know? God damn it. God damn it. This is how you know I'm also like tired too. I'm not like pulling up the chapter. I don't. How am I this bad right now? Luffy, oh wait! I saw a word master. Gecko Moria. You know of our master? Okay. Oh, it's after this. Perona's Wonder Garden. It's after this. Oh, it was this chapter. All right, we're gonna look at it later. Just put them. Damn it. That'd be crazy though if the scissors split into his swords. That would be nuts. That would be insane. I like that. I don't know if someone thought of that before, but if he splits the thing into the 559, what? That's Marineford. He splits them in. Does he have the scissors? Shut up. He has the scissors in Marineford. Why do I just not remember that? I guess I rarely look at Moria Marineford. I would have remembered that, but does he have the scissors here? No. Where? Oh, wait a second. He split them here. Wait, isn't that what Helmeppo uses then? The one that Zoro said those are unique blades, right? That's like what Helmeppo uses. The Kukai knives or whatever. Huh. Interesting. I mean, hey, if you just flip the hilt part, you got a crazy blade. You got a crazy blade. All I'm gonna say. Anyways. Let's get into the actual chapter. Oda's note. 5 minutes. All right, we did it. We substituted the time. Kukris, this is inverted swords. Hey, go get Moria inverted his name. Moria in Gecko inverted his name. Inverting his sword isn't that crazy. That might be the first thing he did. He might have been like, hey, I'm gonna invert my namesake. Flip sword. Boom. Turns them into scissors. Crazy. Honestly, what else is Moria flipping? If you flip Moria upside down, do you get Emu? Like, I don't know. Oh, no, that's... Oh, wait, actually, he kind of already... Anyways. I've heard that if you eat lots of oil, it helps burn fat and lose weight, so I'm glad to... Okay, it depends on what oil. Okay, hold on. Oda, stop it. Go to your... Listen to your doctor. Just listen to your doctor. You can get a nutritionist. Don't just... What the fuck? Oda... I'm too tired for this. We're gonna ignore this. Oda, don't just... Whatever. A certain sea, Roger's ship, the Oro Jackson. Okay. Captain. Oh, sorry. Apologies. Captain Roger. I heard Shaki opened up a place on Pirate Island. They say it's unbelievable. Pout face. Roger kind of do be looking like a bum right now. I feel like when we saw Roger in Odin's flashback, he looked like a wealthy ass pirate. You know what I mean? Now he looks like he's still dorming. You know what I mean? Like he's an adult. He can drink, but he's still like, you know what I mean? Like fresh out of college, you could tell the difference between like that and like a little bit older, right? He's still a bum here. We worried we'd never see her again when she quit being an empress. But now we know where she is. Wait, how long ago is this? We don't know. Okay, certain sea. Doesn't Rocks control Pirate Island? Interesting. ... Say, Rayleigh, is it just me? Or has Roger been in a bad mood ever since you two spoke in his quarters? Oh, flashback and a flashback. Oh, we're quadra flashback inception right now. Cause this can't be Loki's flashback. This can't even be Harold's flashback. This isn't even on Elbaf. This is Loki's flashback inside of Harold's flashback. Inside of Roger's or Rayleigh's flashback. What did you discuss? Nothing. I wasn't going to say anything to the crew, but I figured I should talk to you one-on-one, Roger. Oh, we got some admin problems. Okay. Wait, what? Talk to you one-on-one. Why does this feel like he's like on a pip? He's on a pip. He got performance. He's getting reviewed right now. Was this during our last fight with the... Wait, what? Was this during our last fight with the Kuja pirates just before she quit? Shockies did seem off back then. Like she was sick or something. Love sickness, Empress. For our goat Ray, everyone is dogging on me. Yo, Par, you're such a Rayleigh Glazer. Why do you think he's separate from Scott? This is why. I knew it. I stood on it when Sai was like, "Yo, why do you have Rayleigh above everybody?" It's like, I knew Oda knew. Oda knew I knew. It's obvious. Rayleigh number one. All right. Oda didn't name Rayleigh after like a literal physical property of the ocean and sky for nothing. All right, guys, think about it. I worried she stepped down because of her health. Oh, but you're telling me she gave you this during that battle? Yeah, I was speechless. Nah, Rayleigh got that middle school, elementary school love letter and he didn't fold, bro. Shocky said, "Come and make me yours." That no. Rayleigh just got demoted. Come the fuck on, bro. This is like this is like the movie where it's like a romance and the main character's still oblivious and it takes his best friend to literally beat his ass. Go, bro. Go fall in love. Yeah, Roger's the side character right now. Rayleigh's the main character. Oh, what does it say? This can only be described as a love. Come and make me yours is crazy. Come and make me yours, Shocky. And you're not interested? I'd be lying if I said that. I just don't want to be tied down. No, I get that part. I've said that once or twice, Ray. But all I'm saying is, there comes a time. Damn. That's great. I actually have to show... I gotta show my wife this. This is crazy. I just don't want to be tied down as a wild... That's also funny because he joined a ship with Roger and Roger was just like, "Let's go flip the world upside down." And Ray was like, "All right, bet." And then he's just been on this ship, the Gooner ship, just chasing after the Kuja pirates. Literally trying to get... They only have a torture. "Well, I do," says Roger. Wait, did we see this letter? No, Shocky just like basically verbalized this too. She wasn't like hiding it. It's not like middle school, high school, like romance BS. Like she was straight up. She's like, "I like you." And he was just like, "I'm a little too young to be thinking about family, Which is also crazy because in the current timeline, Rayleigh, Shocky's just like, "Yeah, he's probably with some young girl." She said something along the lines of like, "He's fine. Let him live his life." Come on, men. I ain't giving up. Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. We got out of this. Roger's there. Huh. You're energetic all of a sudden. Damn. Post-nut clarity? Oh no, this can't be post-nut clarity. He said I ain't giving up. That's not clear at all. Come on, Roger. Just let one rip. It's natural, right? It's not November. Rayleigh's like ... That's wild. Wonder what clear. Whoa! Who is this guy? Whoa! Do you guys see that? Who is? What the heck is going on with this one? Oh, is this nose for Ratu? You guys see this nose? Can I zoom in on this? You guys, who is this one? You guys see that shit? Look at that. Look at that. What the Usopp got some competition, bro. God damn. That's wild. Alright, my bad. My bad. Pirates live to plunder and we don't stop. We don't stop till the prize is claimed. Hey, listen, maybe that's why Shaki doesn't like you, bro. You're objectifying her and you don't even have comms, bro. She ain't sending you letters. If she sent you she said this only to Rayleigh. Come and make me yours. That doesn't mean you can do that. She's letting Rayleigh objectify her. That's different. You can't just call her a prize to be claimed and plundered, bro. Ain't that right, fellas? And then open the gates for your Roger. Come on. Is he still talking about oh, his crew has post-nut okay. Thank you, crew. Look at this. Is he still talking about Shaki? Get over it, bro. Yeah. Wait, isn't that Scopper's laugh? Oh, that is probably Scopper's laugh somewhere. Gotta be, why else would he go to Rock's Island of all? Oh, would we go to Rock's? So they're going to Rock's Island. Rock's, Roger? Meeting? Everyone's got an equal chance? Let's go and get her? Sorry. Fraud Valley. One of the things I was saying about Roger Rocks was that Oda said, and I said this because I was saying that people were jumping to conclusions. We don't know the context of what it means to be his rival. His rival for what? We don't know. And I had a lot of validation towards various points. One of the things I was saying is like, we don't know when they were first rivals, but Sengoku said first. So that means early in Roger's career. But we knew that the Pirate King thing was later on, like in the last few years of Roger's life. So then the Rocks thing was pre-God Valley. So it's like rival to Pirate King? That wouldn't make sense. He didn't even know he wanted to be Pirate King. None of that makes sense. I just realized, well, if they're going to Rock's Island, rival, it would be weird because like Rayleigh would be the rival, but like was Oda saying that they were rival for Shaki? Like they were the two strongest people and then they were like rivals for love? They were love rivals? That could easily have been it. I just realized. So like my point standing of the Fraud Valley thing was saying like, hey, some of this stuff could be misconstrued, could be meaning a lot of different things, and this might be it. This might be one. That's crazy if they were love rivals. Because from what Rocks has Shaki on the island at least. You know, everyone's got an equal chance. Let's go and get her. I mean, Roger at this point looks at everyone as an equal rival. Marks. I'm hungry. Make food. It's already done. Dig in. Wait, they have a cook. Wait, I thought not Sanji. I thought Sai said that they don't have a cook. They just have a torturer. What happened to Marks? Marks died? Wow. Oh, you know what'd be funny if Marks... I'm hungry, make food. It'd be funny if Marks, like, Shaki's, like, bar. He just, like, they go there, and then he's just, like, in love, and he just leaves. That'd be kind of funny. Sometime later, 40 years ago, the Holy Land of Merdron. You're impatient. Garling, the previous competition just ended. Oh, shit. I'm aware, but while we were completing another assignment, while we were completing another assignment, we briefly stopped at that island. It's a non-affiliated state, but has unique culture. We tried offering them membership in the world government, God's Knights for Garland, Saint Garling, Future Elder, but they declined. While their abundant resources. Ooh, God Valley? He's talking about God. While their abundant resources would certainly prove valuable for us, we just made an outrageous discovery. This is 2 years before, though. It was a completely unexpected find. And the Great One will surely be pleased with it. In 2 years' time, I strongly urge you to hold the next hunt at God. Oh my God. God Valley was scheduled 2 years in advance? Well, okay, he says, I strongly urge you. It's not his decision, but like, this is the starting point. 2 years. That's a lot different than, I mean, like, that could have been the assumption. We didn't know how they chose the islands. They just showed up and were like, this place is like a slight on God for being called God Valley. And then they said the abundant resources, but this is new. Completing another assignment. So Holy Night assignment. Their assignment was on God Valley. It's not related to finding a hunting ground. So there's a reason to be there. Which I guess you could say Elbaf is a certain extent, thing. But the resources were probably not the goal or related to the assignment because it was a completely unexpected find. So there's something there that they did not calculate for on this mission. This, while their abundant resources would serve. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm just gonna mentally note. There's 4 things here that are significant to me. I'm gonna move on because is this 1 page? Okay, it's 1 page. Is it 1 page? Yeah. The Great One will. Oh, F5. Not only is it an outrageous discovery, it's completely unexpected, so it wasn't calculated for. That almost sounds like an Emmett type thing. But the Great One will surely be pleased. Is it like Lily? like is he just like, yo, I found that, that girl that I was gonna say something rude. And then I censored myself. I was trying to be like crass, like a dude. That highly respectable lady that you have plastered on your wall? Oh, Great One. Found someone that looks like her. Is that it? Because, like, I feel like what would please Emu? Emu's had a fixation on that. Like, when it came to most of the stuff, he, like, entertained Nefertari. Has the whole thing with Lily. What has Emu done outside of the straw? Oh, maybe that they found that straw hat. That's a weird one. All these are weird. Okay, 5 things. Pin it. Moving on. 1 page. I'm not gonna get stuck. It's because this one requires a little bit more thinking. You have to connect some dots here. We briefly stopped at the island, completing another mission. They just finished this. They offered membership. has a unique culture. Okay. All right. Shaki's rip-off bar, Pirate Island. Oh yeah, that was the official translation. I don't think we got that translated in the TCB, but we got it in the official. And that relates to that color spread that we had, like Nami and Robin as maid waitresses. Shaki's bar. Awesome. Okay, get in single file line, you idiots. Okay. Oh, it's like a Supreme drop. You got a waiting list. It's like going to actual Japan. You have to like reserve ahead of time if you want to travel to Japan and go to like a highly sought after place. You gotta have like a month waiting list, whatever. But yeah, why it's that much? I don't have that kind of money. Is this like, I feel like I'm so tired. My eyes are not. Can I zoom in? Sorry, give me a second. How do I zoom in? Original size, stretch. Okay. So I'm just gonna zoom in. Sorry guys, my eyes are on the out. Okay. I don't have that kind of money. Come to the back. You can work it off with two. No. No, wait, hold on. No, wait, hold on. If I'm remembering correctly, Sai said Roger's crew does not have a chef. This might be why. He wanted to see Shaki so bad. He didn't pay. He ended up working there. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. You do dishes, cook, 2 years unpaid. I came all the way from the North, Blue. I hear you serve some great whiskey. And that Shaki makes a mean stew. Ooh. Hee hee. A cute compliment like that makes me smile. But you're too broke, something like that. But I'm not gonna personally cook for people like you. What, people like you can't afford it? Is that what it is? What? Oh no, Shaki. Sanji would have a problem. Sanji would have an issue here. Because this is crossing, like, yes, Shaki's beautiful. Sanji would do the thing. But when it comes to food, disrespecting it and not feeding hungry, Sanji would have issues here. Sanji would definitely be working. Unpaid. She's just how I dreamed. I'm so happy. Shaki-san, my special bean stew is ready, but we're out of whiskey. You know how crazy it'd be if Zeph worked here? What if Zeph worked here? And he's like Shaki's head chef. That'd be a crazy cool connection. Not saying how he ended up working there, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like, maybe we see Zeph in the background. And then that's how he ended up teaching Sanji all the chivalry that Sanji has now. It was imparted by his working with Shaki. Shaki-san, my special bean stew is ready, but we're out of whiskey. This guy's making it. They just see her. She has no connection. She's smoking. Use the cheap rum instead. Anyway, here's your top quality whiskey. 3 cheers for our host's poor service. This is crazy. Oh, that's rocks. I was about to say this guy's about to get whooped. What happened, Rocks? I'm kind of sad that Satisfied Grin isn't for me anymore. Dude. Oh, yeah, because this is 40 years ago. Blackbeard's here. Well, okay, Blackbeard might not be here. 40 years ago, Blackbeard's born. Oh, shit. Well, I remember a lot of people were like, oh, Shaki's Blackbeard's mom or whatever, you know, and nah, I mean, that was weird in the first place. But I'm kind of sad that Satisfied Grin isn't for me anymore. Does he have a Blackbeard? Are we going to see baby Blackbeard? No, that wouldn't make sense because Blackbeard. Well, he would be young enough that he wouldn't remember any of this. Oh no, but then Whitebeard would see him. All right, well, whatever. All right. Mama. That's Big Mom. We're not gonna even attempt. See, a woman's intuition is a scary thing, huh? Hee. Shut up. Shut. The code switching. What is? Okay, this is rocks. Shut up. I said it's none of your business. What's going on? Wang Ji, dummy. It has to be a woman. Oh, Stussy. It has to be a. Oh, she looks kind of like Carrot here. It has to be a woman. The guy's grinning like he's expecting a kid. Yeah, well, we know Blackbeard is now. So, yeah, that makes sense. So, not yet. But there's a pregnant lady. Are we going to see? Wait. Where is she? ¿Dónde está? What the hell? Wait, they don't know. While they're here? Okay, Roger's situation is different. This? Do they not know? It has to be a woman? So Stussy doesn't know. Huh? Grinning like he's expecting a kid. Okay, so they don't know. This is... How did Rox hide this from them? I mean, not how. It's easy. Funny enough, one of my friends found out she's pregnant and she's been hiding it because you normally wait till towards the end of the first trimester / the second trimester. So maybe that's what Rox is doing. Maybe he's waiting for the second trimester. What a goated. He's waiting for the ultrasound. It's when it's safer to let people know. Less complications after that point. When you guys get there, you'll know. The ultrasound people will tell you too. Anyways, enough life advice. Anyways, Shaki, I've come for you. Yeah, we know, Roger. We've seen the tissues. Lotion was invented here. Shaki-chan, there is Scopper. We don't have to tell Ripley about that. It's me. Who the hell are you? Oh, no, that's Roger saying that. Who is this guy? Who is this guy in the back? Ooh-ah. It's the Roger Pirates. Get a pic. Oh, shit. Wow. They're so cool that people want to take pictures of them. Is that what? Oh, no, maybe. Oh, no. They're saying it about Shaki, right? That would make more sense. Oh, Roger. How many times do I gotta tell you that this is my island? Didn't you hear? Fighting at Shaki's is forbidden! Ah. They're love rivals. And Roger pulled the loophole. You don't fight in front of a lady you're fighting for. It just looks bad. Not in front of your crush. You play like basketball or something and you shoot threes, or you do some crazy shit like that. Dunk, you know what I mean? But you don't fight. That's just embarrassing. So stuff it, you porcupine. Is he saying that because of hair? Or is he saying that because, like, he's Miss Doublefinger? Does he have Miss... That's a weird... So stuff it, you... Porcupine? Huh. Because, like, sometimes Luffy makes nicknames based off of, like, their ability, right? Is he saying this because of something that rocks? That's an interesting... Maybe he's just saying because of the hair. But, like, even that's kind of weird. Because, like, the hair is, like... I mean, we've seen lots of people with this hair. And it's not that porcupine-like. I feel like a porcupine just has just like a bed of sharpness, right? Like, whatever. Give it to it. Whatever. Breeze by it. Don't get stunlocked. Isn't there a huge line out there? How'd you get here? Did you wait? There's a line I hardly noticed. Drink up, everybody. He didn't use Conqueror's hockey, it doesn't look like. There's no foaming at the mouth. He straight up beat their asses. That's a crime. You can't. Rogers is a line cutter. If he knocked him out with Conquer's Hockey, that's one thing. But to get into a physical altercation in a line, that's some Walmart behavior, bro. That's a people of Walmart type shit. You don't that's disrespecting lines, bro. If he knocked him out Conquer's Hockey, fine. They just couldn't handle his presence. But he straight up punched this dude, cut. Some of these people probably died. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I'm sorry. Put this guy in Impel down, bro. You can't. This is society. Pirate Island is supposed to be the lawless one. They made a line. And Roger comes here and messes that up. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's disrespectful. Even Rox is respecting. Isn't there a huge line out there? That tells you Rox waited. He owns this shit. He probably waited. Roger's terrible. Roger's terrible, bro. He got cucked by Rayleigh. He's getting dogged by Rox. He didn't want to fight Emu. No, I'm joking. I just realized where my dialogue is leading to. It's leading to the Roger's a fraud lines. Anyways, I can't stand those guys. They're so noisy. Oh, that's Whitebeard leaving? Dang, his beard's a little flat. It's not as erect as it was when he's older. Put it on Newgate. Who said that? No, did Roger say put it on Newgate's tab? Nah, leave it on Rocks. That's fun. That's fun. I like that. Put it on Newgate's tab is hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, Rody did squad. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You did do that. But hey, I mean, it might turn out that Squad was waiting in this line. We might find out that Squad and his entire crew is right here. This is the story. This is why Squad is so upset. That it could be. Why not? How do we know? Right? Wait, his mustache is carving a line in the... Oh, yeah, it is scratching the door. That's kind of nuts. Now I think about it. That is kind of nuts. What was I gonna say? Put on Newgate's tab. Oh yeah, that's also interesting because then Roger, like, you only do that, you mess with them. You don't do that some random. Roger and Whitebeard have some kind of rapport. I do this to Cole all the time. This is great. It's funny. And then Cole was like, nah, this time it's you. And I was like, fine, whatever. Anyways, Roger, where's Rayson? Oh my god. My name could be Ray. Like if you just like flipped some of the letters around, like ParVision, move the R, add a tail to the V, you can get Ray in there. Oh, I told him to come, but he said he wasn't feeling well, so he's napping. You know what's crazy? Don't get me wrong, I love Rayleigh. I've always been Rayleigh. Ever since we got him. And this might be the best thing for Rayleigh to have. He got the #1 girl. But I'm not gonna lie. Rayleigh's reaction is probably like the only demerit, man. Come on, Rayleigh. We know. The thing is, we already have the spoilers. They live together. She called him the man of the house, right? We already know Ray won. I'm just upset at the middle. I already know the spoilers. That's why I'm memeing. I'm not mad at Rayleigh. We know that he did something right. He did something right. And we know that he did it enough right that Shockey is alive. Because if you know your ass, if Shockey was dead in our timeline, because of Emperor's sickness bullshit, I'd be upset at Rayleigh. 100%. We know that Tritoma's dead, right? It might be that she fell in love with Dragon, had Luffy, and Dragon goes, oh, sorry, I can't be a father or a husband. I got to change the world. And Tritoma dies from that. He's like, surely you won't die if I leave, right? And she's like, don't worry, I'll be okay. Go save the world, honey. And then Dragon's like, bet. And then she just dies, right? That could be it. That's how Tritoma went. And we know the other route. You could end up Gloriosa, who's right here, who's just, like Bakens without love. But we know Rayleigh did something right, because Shaki's not too different than this right now. Shaki still got the aura. Like I said, I've always said it. Shaki is the one character, she might as well be my age, She's like 90, but she might as well be like 40, right? Kia, is that you, Roger? I've wanted to see you again so badly. Now let me on your ship. There's no girls on the ship. Gua, Gloriosa. I told you no. I'm not into lovey-dovey women who throw themselves. No, Roger. You gotta. If a girl's choosing you, that's you gotta. That's a hard thing to get. She chose you before you even entered the ring, bro. That's a blessing. Take it from married person who did that, Anyways, but if Shaki asked, it'd be different. That makes no sense. Come on, Roger. I'll pass. Roger looks back. She makes that face. Roger, let it go. Yo, is it Newgate still here? I just realized, after God Valley, whatever happens to Shaki, there's still like 14 years of Rayleigh not with Shaki, because he's on the ship. All right. Yo, isn't Newgate still here? I want to drink with him. Damn. What is this relationship that's being made? I like this. Whoa, I like this a lot. Isn't Newgate still here? I want to drink with him. That's really fun. I hope we get more of that. I thought that they're, after God Valley, they get more acquainted, and then over the years, post Rocks, they're understanding the position on the sea, whatever, 15 years there. But no, Roger likes Whitebeard even before. Wow. That's fun. He left. And that's so much more, that's also wholesome, because Ace ends up being with Whitebeard, Like, it's awesome that Roger liked Whitebeard that much, Wow. He left. Mama. Why did I do that? Damn it, Rayleigh. Why didn't you come? For facts. They have the egg. We'll deliver Binks. Who the? Ray is singing this? Sai? That's Boa? I'm not Boa. Shaki? Whoa, Shaki's fainted. Empress Shaki, I want to take care of her. Let me help. Move it, boys. Keep away from her. Gloriosa, okay. Shaki's rules ensured that anyone coming to visit the island, to visit her establishment, would be granted safe passage. Even the fiercest of pirates would keep the peace if they crossed paths. Shaki's rules ensure that anyone coming to the island to visit her establishment would be granted safe passage, even the fiercest of... So, couldn't the Holy Knights just, show up under these rules? The Holy Knights aren't really known. They just, say they're pirates for a second. Show up. Is that how she ends up getting kidnapped? Because that's another angle that we have to talk about. How does she end up on God Valley, right? When does that happen? We're now 2 years. What are we, 39 years ago? No, we're still 40, right? Because this is Blackbeard's not born yet, right? So interesting. But back at sea, all bets were off. We got Rocks and Roger. All bets are off. Why is... Yeah, wait, hold on. I just remember. I'm like, wait, the title of the thing is Rocks and Harold. That's kind of crazy. Oh, the name's right here, Harold. That's why. I'm like, why didn't Harold just enter in my brain? Is it because of the chapter title? Because he doesn't look like that. And name's right there. Harold. Wait, we're skipping? Wait, what the fuck? Is Harold here? Back at sea, all bets are off. So Roger Rocks fighting. What the? This is... Wait, am I skipping a page? Wait. Is this the right... That's not Roger. Oh, am I... Hold on. I'm just gonna... sometimes I look at the chat just to double check. Is that the right order, or am I skipping? Maybe let me know. Let me know if I won't move on, because sometimes that happens. It's out of order. I don't see Fiso. I haven't seen Fiso. Yes, I'm good. Okay, it's Dylan. All right. I trust that. Do we not see Roger and Rocks? Oh, this isn't even at the place. Oh, what the hell? This is a different place. Oh, shit. Okay. This is Elbath. On Elbath. We don't have the title card. That's... Alright. Alright. I'm just gonna chalk up I'm like... I expected Roger Rocks. I guess we're not gonna see that till God Valley. I guess that makes sense. Alright. But the transition's kind of wild. Because they just kind of... Did they not build up that Rocks and Roger were just... But back at sea, all bets are off. And then I just see Harold. And apparently... Oh, this is double spread. Oh, I'm zoomed in. Alright, that's why we do the other way. Okay. Alright. Stretch all. Okay. Alright. My eyes are just gonna have to strain here. Oh, we do have a title card. Oh, God. It's because I was zoomed in. I didn't see it. Okay. Realm of the Dead Elbath. There it is. It's right there. Goddamn. Loki holding a tree. Tree breaks. Okay. Yeah, animals. That's a crazy one. Hired in. Harold Rocks. Conquers Hockey. Okay, but all right. No. Remember, last chapter, I haven't said this at Anime NYC. I said last chapter the ending didn't matter because it made no sense. Gil Rocks. There's no way that's... I was like, it doesn't make sense because Elbath isn't a part of the thing. We know it doesn't go through because, like... No, he showed up to Elbath, so, like, maybe it's not the way. Harold, the government's really got... I was torn. He's actually doing this. Is this really something worth killing your friend over? And in the end, you just bowed down to them? Dumbass, you're being... I said that last time, too. Rox's dialogue to Harold is so... Like, it's spot on. That's crazy. The title of this chapter is silly. Harold... Right? The title... This is Rox versus Harold. I guess I should have... I don't know. Oh, it's because the cover story. It's because the cover story. I forgot the title. It's in the back. We actually... Alright, let's just read it. Is this their answer? They see you giants as nothing but a military asset. You'll all be enslaved as, yeah, that's literally, it's already happening, Harold. You literally see it. Like, what happened to your warrior's pride? Don't you have your own will? And this makes so much sense too, because Loki's overhearing this. Loki sees this. Loki agrees. Like, this is why he hates his dad. And it's so valid. This is so valid. Loki is so valid. Current timeline Loki is so valid in hating his dad for this. Quit, and he calls him a dog. I'm pretty sure he literally in the Jarl walk, he's like, he's a world government dog. Quit talking like you know everything. Our warriors created a history of violence. Elbaf is shackled by it, held back from achieving true peace. Okay, you get flashback. You seem to have a good heart, Harold, but a long time ago, this country was attacked by giants. Sad. That kind of fear doesn't fade so easily. Sorry. Listen, Rocks. No matter how foolish the Celestial Dragons may be, they still have the influence in the world to bring Elbaf into the loop. Okay, alright, Harold. Even if your logic is logicking, did Rocks pre-cogged you? They see you giants as nothing but a military asset. So if the world is afraid of you because you were attacking them, and then last chapter you saw that the world government was literally about to just enslave non-affiliate your allies, and you in that chapter you're literally arming the military without even being in the world government. You're already giving giants, and a giant goes over to enact the world government's justice on your allies. That's the same shit. Rocks just pre-cogged it, and you didn't even need Rocks to say it because it just happened last chapter. I remember me, Chestnut, and a few other people did it. If we were walking through New York City shouting about this, not this, but like Harold. We were talking about Harold and just the like the absolute character demolition derby Oda been running down on Harold. Like my stream context of Harold is that Oda is putting Harold in the bad timeline, and I get that, but it's just frustrating to see because like it would obviously have to be like this, right? Like Harold, I mean, Rox is like, bro, this is just illogical. Ida's even like, bro, I can't say anything. Like Loki, his child, is even like, bro, you lost your marbles. So much so that Loki ended up like radicalizing. Anyways, this is crazy because like his exact lines here are just countered by last chapter. You saw the world government doing the exact thing that makes all these people be fearful, and then you're arming them. You're not even in the world government. And spoiler alert, Harold, you're still not in the world government. And John the Giant is still like, the rumors continue. Stelly's out here going, yo, giants spit and you get melted. Like, it's crazy. It gets worse. It gets worse, Rocks. Or Harold. Fuck, they're both the thing. Stop it. Oh my god. I am literally Rocks. I literally did. Is hurting his brain. Stop it. You cowardly rat. I think Oda cooked with Rox's dialogue. The last two chapters, Rox said everything I wanted to say. And better. It hurts my brain too. Oh my god. You cowardly rat. There's no... Whoa, wait a second. What's happening here? Whoa. This is that canon thing that he has. But like, what is the stance he's taking? This is interesting. This is like a literal cannon. Air cannon. This almost looks like Ivankov, a hell wink. Honestly, crazy. Wow. Hmm. Harold reminds me of you? What? How? That's not even close. Harold's crazy, bro. Harold's literally the one. Harold would be wearing a red hat. All I'm saying, bro. All right, Harold right now, he's like, he's not even on the inside. You know what? Oh my God, he'd be the El Salvador president. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is so insane. Now that I think about it, he would literally be, that's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. That's straight up what it'd be like. Oh my God. For 8 mil too. He's getting cooked. Crazy. Oh my God, and Oda gave him the headset then too. He kept it. He kept it going. He didn't even keep it. He didn't even keep it. That's crazy. That's crazy. The history of violence, trying to change it, makes a prison arguably humanitarian insanity. Yo, all I'm gonna say. Consider our business closed. You won't be getting another invite from me again. I'm a king. I can't throw away my people's lives by following of Harold is so sad. Harold is so sad. Harold is so sad. Flash forward. Like he needs to see current Wano. I need Baba, no, what's her name? God, what's her name from Dragon Ball? The Crystal Ball Witch. I need her ass. I need King Kai. I need her ass to be sitting with Harold in heaven, or not, well, in hell, wherever Frieza would be, and then just be like, and then show his ass current, bro. El Salvador El Bap. Yo, first facts. Literally facts. That's so crazy. Dude. What's her name in Dragon Ball? Why do I forget her name? It's, you know what's also wild too? Is that I don't even, I think that I think I've said this before. Harold's position prior to last chapter, yeah, Harold's position prior to last chapter is where Otahime was at. And Otahime kept going. And I say prior to last chapter because, yes, Otahime had the upfront thing with Fishman being directly enslaved and directly ostracized and directly uh genocided and also like literally not considered human, subhuman, current, genocide, explaining the exact subhuman part, right? She was doing that and she still was looking for peace, right? But it was mainly like, hey, like there are some humans that are good, and she was trying to counter that part. But the thing that like Harold's like doing, like he literally goes, Rocks, I can't join you because my allies, it would be a tough time to be allies with them when you're such a villain. And then last chapter, the world government was about to kill and enslave and genocide his allies. Rocks never did that. Like that part is the most in your face one where it's like, that's where Harold's lost it, right? Because he said Rox is the issue for something that his allies wouldn't like, when his allies didn't want to be enslaved by the world government, and now Harold knows that that's what the world government is doing, and they're antithetical to exactly what it is. But Rox has never even done that. And so separating that, the part that makes it, the part that puts him in the same boat as the Otahime prior to last chapter, is that Yarl was like, yo, they're racist, bro. They killed off they enslaved us. They probably hate us. All that shit. Like, Yarl already put him on. That's like, yo, it's not that you're having a tough time applying. It's that they're racist to you. And then Harold's like, no, it's fine. They're justified. It's fine to hate us because in the past, people killed people. It's because Harold's also impatient. Harold's also impatient too. That's the other thing. Time heals a lot of wounds. But this dialogue, I said it last chapter, Harold's in the bad timeline. There's no saving him. Once after the buzz cut, that's when it was lost cause. Oda knows it. You can't go back from bald. That's why all the best characters in One Piece all have insane dope hair. Just saying. Ooh, oh, okay. Oh, in Blackbeard fashion, we get Rox off screen. Okay, there was no true conclusion. But, well, that makes sense. Harold continues, Rox continues. The unorthodox friendship had come to an end. The two would not meet again for some time. Harley text, the two would not meet again for some time? Between Rox and Harold? I mean, that actually is kind of nuts, because Harold, ancient giants are important for the thing. There is the one on the mural. You know, also reflective in hindsight, Harold's never once referenced the Harley text, Nika, the sun god. Not a single time in his flashback. The Harley text, Lord of the Murals. Never, right? I don't think he's ever acknowledged that. That's kind of interesting. Now, secondly, the two would not meet again. Put a pin in that. Not until the day of a certain incident. Oh, whoa! What? The two would not meet again for some time? Not until the day. Harold was there at God Valley? That had... Alright. If my point was not proven in the Fraud Valley thing by the Holy Knights and the Gorosei and their transformations, it's proven now. You're telling me Harold was also at God Valley? That's the only incident that makes sense, right? We're 40 years... Are we not 39? What other incident could there be besides God Valley where Rox dies? The two would not meet again for some time, not until the day of a certain incident? Unless Rox is the one who killed Harold 14 years ago. Like, huh? He has... Unless it's before... Is it before God Valley? That could make sense. Maybe it's like a... Like Kaido's trying to get to Whitebeard before Marineford. Like, maybe it's that. And then Rox was just like, fuck off. And then Harold was like, shit. Sorry, brother. Like, is that what happened? No, it would have... Alright. I'm not gonna get... What the hell? Harold's also at God Valley is insane. If that is the case. If that's what that means. I'm too delirious to know. More news about Rox. Okay, cool. He isn't coming back, Loki. Shut up, you lying hag. Damn, that's crazy. Because Loki, at the start of the Rox flashback, was like, man, my dad's not going to come back for me. Comes back for him. Because of Rox. because of rocks. Rocks brought your dad back to him, and that's so awesome, right? Because from Loki's like, damn, I didn't know my dad loved me. And it's like he didn't even think in that moment. He's like, oh, it's just a coincidence. That's how little love he felt from Harold. And that was good Harold. And at this point, he gave up. He's thinking about his about rocks. He don't give it. That's like if Luffy knew Dragon, had Dragon in his life, and he still didn't give a shit about anything the Revs did. Kuma looked back at Dragon and was like, and read the newspaper like, damn, he's so cool. He's a hero. That'd be like if Luffy read open thing, man, Dragon's really dope. He might as well be a pirate. Blah, blah, blah. No, he's looking for Shanks news. And then, I'm assuming this is Ida. Shut up, you lying hag. Oh my god, that would be insane. Harold's terrible. Harold's so oh my god. Would you like some juice? 39 years ago, West Blue, God Valley. What? Wait, what? 30. Wawa. 220. Wait. They're so cute. They've got your red hair. I hope that they grow up to be as bright as you. Don't worry, we'll pitch in since their daddy is. Thank you, we settle on Shanks and Shamrocks. Okay, I'm ending the timer. Fuck this chapter. Fuck everything. The Kozuki Moria or Garling has blonde hair. Right? Was this the intro? Oh, wait, okay. Is she 100% not clone brother? Okay, yeah, thank you. We got that. You're right. Mr. Rubik's. Thank you. Sorry, I just got to the mic. I'm losing it, guys. Okay, so Garling had a mission here. Tried to get them to join the world government. They refused. So then he knocked up her, has Shanks and Shamrock, and puts them in the treasure chest. I don't think they're not the treasure. That had to be an accident. But then why would you call God? Why would you do a cleansing event at God Valley if your kids are there? And he can't bring them back. Wait, why didn't he just bring them back? He could just taken them. Maybe he does? No, but then why would they be at God Valley for Roger to take? How did he lose Shanks? Does he not like these kids? No, but he likes Shamrock. Wait, does Shamrock know that he's born from a commoner? She has red hair. Surely she can't be the... We found something unexpected. He like... Did he... Like... What did he find? Love? His first time. Lost his virginity. There's that. And then what? No, but that can't be... Unless this chick looks like Lily with red hair. If it looks like Lily with red hair, then this could be the thing that he's like, yo, I think Emu would be pleased. But then why would that be the thing? Because then are you saying like, yo, Emu, we could like share? Like, what's happening? Okay. Maybe that was just part of the mission. No, but like they will pitch in since they're dead. No, see, he was a good guy here. Was he a good guy here? He was undercover. There's no way he was a celestial dragon, acting like a celestial dragon in the mix of them. And they're like, yo, their dad left, so we're gonna do a GoFundMe for the kid. And she goes, "Thank you, mister." And she chose the names. Who is she? I think he found an ancient weapon, nothing to do with Lily. I don't think Emu obsesses on Lily. I think they're old friends. Okay, see, Joe, I'm gonna have to. I agree. I could agree. But like, there's good friends, like Rayleigh and Roger. There's good friends like another good example, right? Like Gloriosa and Shocky. Let's just say that, right? Like she's so beautiful, blah blah blah. Or okay, yeah, they're friends, right? But Gloriosa's not taking pictures of Shocky. They're great friends. Rayleigh probably isn't taking. That's the thing, right? Like you're friends, you don't take a picture of that, and you sure as hell don't blow that shit up. You know what I'm saying? That's a different kind of friendship. If you your friend, you go to your friend's house, okay, and then they have a life-sized, no, quadruple sized, bigger than you in the I'm not saying it's that. I'm just no, it doesn't need to be that. I'm saying go to your friend's house and then just walk into their living room, the place they spend, and then there's just a headshot. They put up your Facebook picture, blow it up, put it on the wall. You're gonna be like, yeah, all right, I don't care if you could afford this. It's still a little weird. Can you not? Like that's a little. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're homies. I'm not. You don't need to like put me up there. Like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, and then the Emu, if Emu and Lily aren't like gal pals, and Emu's a dude. I'm just saying. I mean, the whole thing is like, can you have a guy best friend? I was like, I don't know. All I'm saying is that you gotta assume something's going on. You know, if your guy best friend has a blown up picture of the girl best friend in the thing, that one's a little bit like, I don't know if they're best friends. I think there's something else happening. You know, I'm just saying. You know. I can't do this Emu's gooning thing. I'm not. Listen. We have it on record. There's only one thing Emu wants, bro, and it's Vivi. That's some insane. Like ask. You know what I mean? Like, bro, what do you like? Why? You know, I mean, like, you just killed her dad too. You know what I mean? That's some like, I see a documentary or two on the Lifetime channel shit. You know, kills the dad, kidnaps the daughter, has the grandma. I don't like this is some shit, bro. Emu's some psycho. All right. It's weird that they show this mysterious woman in the same chapter they tease rocks falling for some mysterious woman having a kid. No. Oh, I see. Okay. I get the logic. I'm sorry. I'm just so like there's so much shit happening. I get it. Right? Like, okay. Rocks coming here for this. For God Valley. If because now Shocky's not as much of a pull. He has someone else. He has Blackbeard. We know Blackbeard. We know it. Literally narrator card. Like no, that was beyond narrator card. That was introduction card. That was different. That's different. Introduction card is a little bit different than the narrator cards. Rocks. This lady. There ain't no way. There ain't no. But huh? I get it, the timeline, but no way. There's like I don't know. That doesn't no. I don't know. Didn't say anything. Yeah, because obviously no Blackbeard. Yeah. Last Woman is also at God Valley. It could be her sister. Yeah, but okay, but then that'd be extra silly. That Rock, because then that would mean that like Rock's rizzed this girl up while Darling was doing his mission there. It's over 45 minutes. It was over. We hit the 1 hour 4 on just the thing. We spent an hour in total. This chapter reaction, if done in the traditional way, would have been a 2 hour chapter reaction, but we didn't do it traditional way because we had Sai discussing the cover story. That obviously extended how much I talked about the cover story. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. This fight doesn't count. I think if we had the cover story in the reaction, this reaction would have been shorter. Her sister, and she has blue hair. Well done, keep it going. Let me read the super chats because it's 9 o'clock here. I've been like nonstop on my feet for like 16 hours now. I need to move my desk back. I have to finish up wiring this before they close up tomorrow, which that's like half the reason why I have energy is because I'm so excited that finally like the culmination of not so much planning, but like enough planning. The room's gonna be soundproofed. I got fiber in the walls. I got so much shit going on. This is dope, and it's gonna be closed up. I didn't think that we'd be. Is it September? I did not think this would be finished by September. It's technically not gonna be finished by September, like the whole basement, because you still gotta do a bathroom, still gotta do flooring. But having the walls, and then painting them, and then putting like the outlets, that's a huge step. And then I can finish off the lighting, which awesome. Anyways, sorry, distracted again. But that happiness is keeping me alive right now. It's barely been 3 hours. So let me get to some of these super chats. Scuba7 $5 super chat says smile fruits rob you of negative emotions like Toko. Persona devil fruit being all about negative emotions. A cure for smile is Perona if she can control the devil fruit. Yes. Sai was saying that, and he was saying that a bunch of you guys are saying that. Thank you for super chat. Going back to that, it shouldn't work like that. Truthfully, I think Prone is going to be more perturbed, but it shouldn't work like that because the way the smile fruits work is that all emotions are converted into a smile. It doesn't matter if you're crying. Like, you could be crying, you just can't stop laughing. Like, they were doing that at what's his face's funeral. They were sad. Some of them were crying and in pain, but they just kept smiling. So it should be that Perona runs them through with the ghost, and they're depressed, but with a smile. But that might be the interesting part, is that if they're depressed with a smile, maybe we find out that they're not affected by Perona. They're like Usopp. Because of all the years under Kaido's oppression, that they've been depressed. And their depression has been like managed like Usopp's, that Usopp's like that. So it's like being under Kaido's thing, they've literally been starved, they've literally been genocided, they've literally haven't had freedom, many of their family members killed, and all they could do is smile. And I think that does something to the depression, kind of like Usopp, right? Usopp was super depressed as a kid, and he was forced to smile because he felt that if he didn't do that, it'd be painful, disrespectful to his mom. So in a way, Usopp forced himself to be a smile user to cope with taking care of his mom. And that pain and trauma that Usopp got as a kid turned him into a person that was so immune to depression that he is always depressed. It's not that he isn't depressed. He acknowledges that he's super negative. It's just that he manages it. That is what we would call high functioning depression. Some of us have it. Some of us are in pain by it. But I'd imagine that's what we would get. I wanted to say that when Sai said it, but I let him continue because it was less of a focus. I hope Par notices. Which one? Mokal, that's interesting. Oh no, I saw that, Abdallah. I saw that. I mentioned it. I was like, wait, no, Sai said that they don't have a chef. And then I was joking. I was like, wait, it'd be crazy if I end up working for Shaki. And then we find out that Shaki's doing slave labor, basically. Like, hey, you can't afford the food, but if you enjoy my presence enough, you can work for 2 years in the bag for one dish, which was wild. And then it's like, it might end up being that Marx is there. Did Bonchina? No, her name's not a flower. Her name, I think, means port, like a deck on a port, not a deck, like a port, something like that, like port something. No worry, Abdallah, you're good. This is pretty funny, to be honest. The whole cook thing. Bonchina in your top 5 explain? Absolutely. We didn't get to see her in her prime. That's the thing. She prime. The thing is, you gotta recognize, right? Like Yasop is one of the best snipers. His vision's insane. Now I'm a guy, ParVision. I could see from a mile away. Yasop can see probably a mile and a half. We'll give him a mile and a half. I did go to the shooting range, first time sniper, and the guy was like, "That's kind of insane." I even have a picture of it. It's on. I could show you guys the picture. Let me see if I pull it up. I don't want to leak my my Instagram though, so that's that. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, there we go. Oh shit. Oh, there's a One Piece thing in there. Not a One Piece thing, but like whiskey cards. What does that mean? This is young Par, bro. Can you see it? Oh, oh, it was there for a second. Here, I'll flash it. Where the heck is the thing? There you go. Look at that. Look at that. See? Yasov got nothing on me, bro. Yasov got nothing on me. All I'm saying. If you saw him, you'd instantly go insane. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, they didn't do the I forget what it's called. I haven't been in a while, but when you the spread, mine's pretty nuts. Guy was like, "You're a liar. You've shot a gun." I was like, "I'm just a Call of Duty no lifer. Once upon a time, you know." Yeah, but they didn't do that for the sniper part. Wish they did. Anyways, where was I at? Bonchina? Yeah, so Bonchina's probably a looker. Yasop saw her from a mile away, fell in love. Easy peasy. Can't miss that nose. Surely. Yeah. You used to look like Zen? No, Zen looks like me now. It's just that the thing is, Zen has curly hair, so he looks more like my wife right now. But when he takes a bath and his hair's like matted down, like a little bit, he looks straight up. It's so funny. It's so funny. I actually have to give him a fade. Oh shoot! I'm supposed to do it this weekend. Figure out later. Okay. Next super chat. Ryzen Nishimura, $10 super chat says, Par, Sai, do you think the reason why God Valley got erased because Moria turned it into Pirate Island ship, and that's the reason too why you got some of the Rocks Pirates corpses? No. Captain John specifically did not die at God Valley. Captain John got killed by his crew later. I did think at one point God Valley, Thriller Bark. I forget if there's a video where, yeah, I mean, there was a video before we got the Holy Knights revealed. There was 2 videos. I remember talking about Thriller Bark, God Valley, Brook. I think one is the Zoro video. But in that, when I started thinking about it, it's like it didn't line up enough. But we also didn't have the Holy Knights there at the time when I was talking about it. So then I like shifted back. But that, for one of my videos or one of the things I was saying, Kuma's flashback would have God Valley in it. That was a precog and a half. Had went on many channels saying that one. But Thriller Bark, things didn't line up except for the internal. There was something internal to it that was interesting, but that's where I'll leave that one. But as far as God Valley getting erased, heck, bro. At this point, Whitebeard has the fruit and Shiki has the fruit. Both of them individually could do that. Whitebeard could flip the island. Shiki could float it. Where's Shiki? You know what I mean? Like, they could both do whatever the hell they want. But Sengoku said the world government did it, so we'll leave it there. We'll leave it to, like, they teleported the island. Like, we got Garland's introduction. He was a champion in God Valley. His kids are here, born here. Maybe he's such a celestial. You know, like, Charlos is, like, level 1 celestial dragon. He shows up, I'm gonna steal your wife type of shit. Garland shows up. Not only do I like your wife, those are my kids now. And you know what? You don't want to move and you don't want to be affiliated. I'm going to take your island too. And Garling is clearly like level 99. Level 99 Celestial Dragon. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's where that plays at. Is name $10 super chat says, is Moria the goat Kozuki? Odin got fooled, shook ass, dies leaving everything to others. Moria fought, lived, escaped, and built up an army to come back that only got beat by one use Nightmare Luffy. You also didn't add that this was depressed Moria. This was the Moria that was beaten down and never gave up. The thing is, he gave up on the living. He gave up on the being his true Kozuki self in the namesake. But he didn't give up on beating Kaido. He wanted to raise an army to take down Kaido, and now we know the added part is to defend Wano. And that is insanity. That is insanity. When you recontextualize that part, you can't say that he gave up. He did not. He gave up on living because Kaido was so strong, and that, like, hey, like, you just gotta keep running the gauntlet, basically. Like, you know what? He's right. Moria was right. If Luffy died like 4 times until he beat Kaido, Moria would look at that and be like, yeah, that shit's not fair. If I tried that, I would be dead the first time. Whoever's writing the shit clearly doesn't like me. If I were to win, I would need my entire army to revive many a times. And he was right. Luffy's the one-man army that literally was like, all right, you guys don't need to do the rival. Moria had the right equation. 100,000%. That's the reality. Moria was right. Since he was depressed, he was right. When he was kicking back, beer belly, everyone was like, oh, this guy don't know shit. Luffy gonna clock his ass. Nah, this guy knew it. This Moria, yeah. Justice for Moria. I think Moria, listen, guys. have said, when people were bagging on Moria at past reveries or collabs, I didn't like add fuel to the fire, but did I, poke the flame a little bit? Did I add a little marshmallow? Did I play in the fire? I did. But you guys gotta recognize one of my biggest favorite and possibly most known theory is Moria's devil fruit, the shadows theory. I love that Thriller Bark is dope purely because of that fruit. I love that fruit. That fruit changed the game for me. Thriller Bark was an interesting thing to watch in the anime, but that fruit is so fun to think about. And I think about how much I love that fruit and how much I think everybody loves that fruit, because then I look at Solo Leveling and I'm just like, yeah, this is Moria in a good timeline. Moria could have been Sung Jin Woo. Moria is Sung Jin Woo now. You can't, listen. I don't think there was a single person that was like, yo, Moria, Prime Moria, when he was fighting Kaido, was lame. All right, he was pretty cool. He, like, and Sun Jin Woo does the same shit, bro. I don't want to spoil it, but like, him and Moria came to the same conclusion. They did the same shit. Basically. All right, literally the same. Yeah, Moria might as well have been. All right, I'm not gonna spoil. I read the series. All right, I didn't watch the anime. I want to watch it, but there's a certain thing. Some people I think are referencing it, but Moria might be Himothy. All right. Nah, Sun Jin Woo lame, bro. All right, I don't know what's happening in the anime. In the all I know, and I said this before. Korea got their Goku when Solo Leveling came out, and it was pretty spot on. That like Korea got their Goku in terms of anime. Please make a justice for Moria short par. The discourse would go crazy. Are people like not pro Moria now? Because they better be. They better be. If they're not, I don't know. I don't know if we could speak to them. Mr. Bushido, €2 super chat says, "What happened to your hair?" I was growing it out. For Elbath, but also I wanted to grow it out for this cosplay for this year, which showed a little bit of it earlier. I'm just Dragon, so I looked a lot more like Dragon because I had long hair. That is actually, I was like, I want to grow out my hair. There's like a bunch of reasons, but one of them was like, yeah, I'm gonna end up. The other thing I remember, I told like a few creators last anime NYC, I was like, oh, like we didn't have rocks then, but I was like, oh, by then we'll probably have rock. Oh wow, actually now that I think about it, I did say that, but I was like, oh, by then we'll probably have rocks, surely, and like maybe I'll be rocks. And it was because, I had Fraud Valley video, a lot of memes, I'd be rocks. Oh, Hime was buggy then, so this is extra funny because she hates that line of thinking, but she's pro buggy, and she knows that buggy's good, but my rocks is buggy, but the premise of the idea is still there, for sure. There's other things that are important too. Park kind of look like Andre 3000 in the Hey Ya music video. I guess so. My beard is just unkempt though, especially after today. I didn't take a full shower. I did a body shower, which goated. For when you have long hair, you have to do body showers. Now I get girls so much. It's like a very managing long hair is interesting thing. But yeah. Which I've gotten a lot of compliments on my hair, so that's also good too. Special care is needed. Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna start going to the salon. I've been at the barber shop setting, hidden, chilling with the boys, talking about, some of the news, some of the shit. My wife's like, "What you guys talking about?" I'm like, "Forgot." Honestly, who knows? The buzzer made me, we were just chatting. But now, sooner I'm gonna end up with like the brainwashing machine at the salon, head back, and then they're gonna like accidentally give me a manicure, and they're gonna like, I don't know, what do girls talk about? Do they even talk at the salon? They probably do. What happens? Trying to think. We'll see what happens. Eventually. Gotta do it for the one time. Hard to get longer than shoulder length. Yeah, that's why I want to see if it's technically like this hair is this shoulder like it's kind of there. Kind of chop some stuff up though. My wife says she likes it. She likes it a lot. So that's yeah, it's a lot of work. It's for sure. Oh, super chats. Thank you, Mr. Bashir, for the super chat. We got Vasil Vlad Ivanovici, €5 super chat. Watching Harold's actions makes you feel like that Walter White meme screaming. I think Harold I have to think about this, but like there's villains, right? Villains are obviously unlikable, right? Like Orochi. He's not meant to be liked, right? He's positioned to be annoying, nasty, obnoxious, evil, satanic, whatever, what have you, right? And then there's villains that are like Oda wants you to understand them and like the anti-heroes, whatever, right? And like there's like Doflamingo who are like aura farming, whatever, right? And then there's the good guys that are unlikable, which in One Piece, there's not too many of them. Because it usually is when you're a good guy, you have a lot of redeeming qualities. And like, I think a group that is interesting are the groups that are reformed by Luffy. But you can't really say like Bellamy, right? Because Bellamy was a villain and he was reformed and became a good guy. And it's like, yeah, whatever, we're cool. Right, but I'm thinking like, I don't know, Barto or Cavendish, right? But like, their unlikable qualities are gimmicks. Harold is a character who's supposed to be a good guy through and through. His island reveres him. He's like the Kyros, like in terms of notoriety. He's like I mean, in a ways, he's like Crocodile to the rebellion, but he's like revered, the strength. There's a lot of examples, right? But like, he sucks. There's so much not to like. And what's also like, it was also terrible too, is that it's not just that he's unlikable. Like, I get it. He became unlikable and Oda's putting in his bad timeline. But there's certain shit when he was a good character. Like, and I said this, we were debating Harold at Anime NYC with a few people. And they said all this stuff. They countered, gave pushback here and there, and I got it on the narrative side. There's some nuance, and we have to see what else Oda has in store. We didn't have this chapter in our arsenal of conversation, but there was one thing that kind of was like, "Hey, what do you got to say to this?" I was like, "Yo, Oda hates Harold so much that he literally had Harold acknowledge the abuse to Loki, and just ignored it. Like it wouldn't take a rocket scientist." And I was just like, it's not even just that. It's not even just that, like, you're the king, you're the all-powerful, and you're letting your child, the heir to the throne of your widow, maybe don't care about her, but you're letting him being, like, actively abused. You're seeing all the sign. His caretaker was killed. Like, there's so many crazy nonsense around that. And then that sat in, and then I was like, you know what's crazy? Is that Harold is like de facto, like almost de facto, the strongest person in the verse in his timeline. And I'm saying that like, I'm saying that in the sense of like, yeah, I know Emu. Yeah, I know Holy Knights. Yeah, Garland's alive. Whatever, right? And like Rox is there. And we see Rox even clash. I would almost argue that this chapter might be support for what I'm saying, is that if this is bad timeline Harold, I'm like, It's crazy that he tied Rox. If this is good, like this is Rox like on his mission, on his path, and this is like maybe he's older, but this is Harold in his bad timeline. If Harold was in a good timeline where he's like happy and whatever, he might have been stronger. He might have been stronger a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, but speculation aside, my point is that like when he's traveling the world, there's no like threat to him. Like it would be crazy if there was a pirate crew that would run up on Harold and threaten his kid. And the other part of it, you wouldn't even need that. That would be crazy if there's a pirate crew, besides Rox and Roger, whatever, that would run up on Loki and be able to win. You know what I mean? So taking Loki on your trips around the world is the simplest solution. You can't tell me that Shanks is able to be on Roger's crew, and Shanks had like Uta or whatever, and like all that shit, and yet Harold can't just bring Loki and just be a dad. You know what I mean? Like that just, and he, and like, hey, Cobra brought Vivi to the reverie. Like, and her ass got beat by Wapo, another king. He didn't do shit. And it's like, you're telling me Harold couldn't bring Loki around and just like be a dad, like Cobra was, apparently, right? So it's like, and then I put that in anime and it's like, yeah, like you can't, there's not much you can really say to that. Like Harold definitively was making some terrible decisions before this, and like literally I don't know if there's like another anti-hero or like villain that you can like understand, but I think everybody looked at Loki's backstory and it's like, nah, that's valid crash out. The Loki of today is valid. He had Estrid's like uncle, he was abused, Harold abandoned him, like all this shit just kept on his dad beat up his hero, like what, like how much, like, you know what I mean? And then there's also the part where it's like we didn't even get to the part where Harold's like, oh, like all races supposed to mingle and like acceptance, whatever, and then he breaks off his own horns. Like, what is that supposed to say to Loki? What is that supposed to say to Loki? But clearly that's bad timeline Harold. But yeah, he abandoned everything, came to see Loki when Rox hurt him. Even Loki didn't believe that, right? But that's why I said that Rox is the reason why Harold was there. If you think that like oh, Harold dropped things to see Loki because he was hurt, right? But then Harold wasn't there when he was born, when Esther threw him off, when he was definitely hurt, and like the guards, you know, like, hey, he's wounded. What's that about? You know, we're just gonna ignore that one. You know what I mean? Like prior to that moment, yeah, I'm pretty sure Harold has heard a bunch of shit, you know what I mean? And then also the entire island's complaining about, you know, his son raising villages, rampaging and raiding them, didn't do anything to father him. It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel like in that, like, Garp did more for Sabo. And he was there for like, I don't know, like 5 days maybe? You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think that these things are out of his control. Like that's, if he's able to drop everything for Loki later on to show up and it's because he cares about Loki to that extent, he's worried, then that could have applied prior pretty easily. I would argue much easier, because apparently he's like a navigation god too, because he's out here like, yo, look at these advanced ways to go through the ocean. You guys don't know about that, right? But yeah. Harold has all of that's not even this chapter. That this chapter adds a whole level to it. He abandoned him for what? It'd be like a drag. It's like, yeah, Harold right, you know what? Actually, Harold right now is like if Dragon doesn't do anything to combat the negative connotation his name has. That's what it would be like. Like, and because then it would be Dragon, like everyone's cope with the whole thing about like, oh, he didn't, Ginny got kidnapped. It's because he has a master plan, do all this stuff, and then like then you find out that Dragon doesn't know about like ancient weapons and shit like that, right? And it's like, damn, bro. So you want to take over the world government, but you like don't really know what they got, and you've been at this for years. Like Luffy's, had a few months maybe, and he's already like knows more than you know. Or Kuma. Kuma would be a good one too. Kuma also solo ended up seeing a lot more, but as Kuma said, when in doubt, what would Dragon do? Surely someone says that about Harold, right? Maybe Ange says that. Maybe Ange says that. She's doing pretty good too. That's what Harold feels like Ange in a lot of ways. Pretty silly. Alejandro Solis with the $5 super chat says, Garling said, yo, Emu, try the Yo, Emu, try the women of Goon Valley, and let me tell you, we can make strong half-breeds of Holy Knights. What? But why didn't want others? Oh, wait, Alejandro, are you still here? Is that a typo at the end? But why didn't want others? It is funny though. The red-haired lady, there has to be something specific. There has to be something like I don't know. Maybe Emu has a mural. Like we saw the mural on Elbaf. What Emu probably has their own mural that like they propagandize to the Holy Knights. Maybe it's like the other half. Maybe there's another part of the mural that's missing, and like Emu has it. And in that mural, there's a redhead. Or maybe the thing that Frankie's blocking is a redhead. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Whatever thing is at God Valley is the thing that Frankie's body was blocking. That might not be a bad idea. That might not be a bad idea. Yeah, the Goon Valley thing is pretty funny. My best friend, he hit me up. He's like, "Yo, one piece of cooking." And then he doesn't. I don't think he's not in these communities. He's Japanese, so he just reads whatever. I think he goes to Japan and then reads it too. So he's just disconnected from this. But even he said Goon Valley, and I was like, "That's crazy. That's crazy." And it reached the normies. Alejandro Solis with the 21 months said, absolute cinema, 2 hours and a half of slow. You're right. You're right. I am pretty old. Who, putting sheetrock up. That's some old ass. And tomorrow I have to clean up a water filter. I'm a dad. My wife does like the dad bod. I keep complaining, and then she's just like, nah, but it's like you look like a dad. It's hot. I'm like, that's crazy. And then yeah, at least she doesn't have like what Jason Momoa level dad bod expectations, right? Valid there. Zamdi out, but I still got the soccer fitness there. Anyways, Zamdi out. Oh, thank you for 21 months, by the way, Alejandro. Appreciate you. I don't know. I'm so fatigued. I ceremoniously, I guess it's because I was at Anime NYC. I just put my hand on your shoulder and just be like, thank you, bro. That's right. I just tapped my computer as if you were right there. That was wild. Zamdi Al with the $5 super chat says maybe Uranus was in God Valley. I saw a few people saying that. That is a possibility. I do see that. like whatever. Okay, Uranus. I get it. Putting the label on it, that's valid. But what I will say is, whatever was, whatever the Mother Flame was powering at Lucia, that maybe at God Valley. And it might end up being that God Valley did get erased in the same way as Lucia, but not to the same degree, right? Because they didn't have Mother Flame. And if that's the case, then it might end up being that we might get the slippery slope of what energy is. We might get like the what allowed Vegapunk to get to Mother Flame, right? Because the other thing is Mother Flame isn't the final product. Whatever existed in the Ancient Kingdom was better, and Vegapunk was trying to achieve that. He was missing something. He wasn't quite there, and so it might end up being that the whatever thing that they have that the Mother Flame is powering at Lucia could exist, and they just had a pseudo power source to a certain extent. Let's, for example, say they sacrifice some lives, right? Anything can be energy. Maybe Saturn, Emu, whatever, Garling did some kind of like, yo, like life sacrifice jutsu, and then made a magic circle, and then turned them into fire, and then exploded God Valley. It could be that. Why not? Named $5 super chat. Seeing this name a lot. I haven't seen it before, I don't think. So appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for supporting. Said Kozuki Moria has had fought 2 Yonko crews, Kaido, Blackbeard, and lived. And also, don't forget, not only did he live Blackbeard, but Blackbeard wanted him alive. He killed Absalom, but he kept Moria. That's pretty significant too. Right? Kaido was okay with killing Moria. Which is interesting because Kaido was peak recruitment phase back then. But also to this day has been recruiting defective conquerors. And I say defective because like at this point Moria has conquerors. That's the other thing. All right. I like the thing is that's a conversation we didn't bring up, but that has to be the thing. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, that's crazy. But we saw him at the thing. Yeah, he was depressed. All right. But if we're gonna assume that Momo probably got aged up and probably is gonna get conquerors because he already is a dragon and Odin had insane conquerors, Moria probably has. Moria's always gonna give him conquerors. Come on. He's the ruler of shadows. Come on. He's gonna have conquerors. And that's an interesting thing because Kaido kept Kid, but he didn't keep Moria. Because imagine that. Does split the sky alongside his class? Did he? We don't know that. That's not. We don't. That. I think the split sky had to be anime. We saw the thing is in the manga. Kaido and Moria facing off is in the manga. But as far as splitting the sky, that has to be Glaze. That didn't happen in the manga. It didn't happen for Heralded Rocks either. Sai likes to glaze that part, but it didn't happen in the manga either. First clash, there was no sky splitting. Crazy. Nonsense. And there's no sky splitting here either. Emu sacrifice and such. That'd be wild. You're right, part. It's anime glaze. All right, cool. As long as it's not Krispy Kreme level glaze, we're fine. It's just Dunkin' Donut level glaze. That's fine. That's acceptable. We have Vasil Vlad Ivanovici. Welcome again. Well, not welcome again. Thank you again. 5 years super chat. Says disc scratch sound effect. Hold up. Wait a I like the personality in this super chat. Now the only thing that would ruin it if you just started repping a poo. Which I only like because got to meet and I collabed, and uh the voice actor, the dub for Apu. But other than that, Apu sucks. Um Hold up, wait a minute. What are the chances of Brooke and Gunko being from God Valley? I mean, like, we've entertained that, and I think, like, it's not, I feel like there was something that absolved it, but I think that as far as the context that we've been given, Oda's been dodging that pretty well. But technically, right now, Brooke is in the fog, so he could have been from here in the past. But he was a part of their military, whatever kingdom he was in. We don't know if God Valley is associated with a kingdom, because that's the other part. They were offered world government status, so it could be that they are sovereign. They do have a king, so they probably have a kingdom. Is this where Brooke's from? I feel like there was something in before that changed my mind on it, but I can't recall. Timeline-wise, it could fit because God Valley would have been erased while he wasn't there. But I think prior to this, I've thought that his kingdom was succumb, whatever, what have you, to a cleansing event. Not too dissimilar from God Valley, but could explain why he left, right? Because that's something that we have to think about. Like, why would a presumably strong military person, according to Gunko's flashback there, Brooke said he wanted to be a pirate, but he was also told us, as far as we know in Thriller Bark, that he was a Navy person. Or not Navy, but like he was in their army, basically. Cavalier? I forgot what the word was. Got a split par. Have a great stream. Thank you. Miss Rubix, have a good one. Yeah. Apu's VA is dope. CDs aren't getting genocide. I can't believe some people actually want that. I don't think they meant like genocided. I think they like it. Okay, like if Emu were to show up and Uranus was there and was like, "Yo, how do I power this shit?" Right? Well, I need souls, and they just used one of them for like did what they did to Saturn, but to like a group. I could see Emu doing that. I don't think it'd have to be like a lot. Probably could just be a few. It might be the reason why there's that Gorosei guy who's got replaced. You know what I mean? Which one was he? Not Jupiter. Shepard. Yeah. Oh yeah, Shepard. The Sanji dad guy. That one. Like maybe he was the one. Emu's just like, hey, let's go power that up, and he's just like, no, it seemed dangerous, and Emu's like, you dare defy me? Fine, we'll use you, and then exploded his ass. You know, it'd be kind of crazy. Yeah. What did they do to Ginny? Well, Ginny was a slave. And that's what's also okay, you know what? That's also interesting about this too. Is like she is not a celestial. Like, is the red-haired person a celestial? If they're not, why are they treated differently than Ginny? Right? Because is it just let's for conversation's sake, let's just say Ginny and Saturn, right? I mean, a lot of people's theories was that Ginny with Garling, which is because of the Bonnie good time and bad time, or no, Bonnie gender bend, and it looked like Shanks, right? And so people are like, oh, her dad is Garling, which can't confirm or deny, can't lean either way. But if she was treated that way by Garling, and this is another person by Garling, and the other thing is, like, this isn't brought to the Holy Land, this is separate, why is she treated so different? You know what I mean? Like, is it just because he was on a mission? It's interesting. And the other part is, we know how discriminatory Shamrock's. Oh well, that's Shamrock's, right? I was gonna say we know how to discriminate because Shamrock spoke about how dirty like Shanks is. He must love that place, but turns out he's from there. Irony. But two, I was conflating Garling and Shamrocks. It could be that Garling is nice and not Garling is nice, but like Garling likes his wives. You don't stick a thing in crazy. Like maybe that's it. You know? Or maybe she wanted to be a celestial. Maybe she's pro celestial dragon. Maybe she's happy that God Valley got taken. Maybe she's like, they should have joined. Maybe she is like Harold. Anything to join the world government. Except sacrifice. Yeah, you gotta wonder. Like, Harold sacrificing his own people. Like, where would the line draw? I mean, technically he is. Because John Giant, all them. Like, he unironically found himself in the same place. Like, basically free labor selling off giants. Given a, I guess, job. But, the same pipeline that a literal child trafficker, Mother Caramel, was like, yo, I'm gonna put you onto giants real quick, bro. They could be admirals. It's kind of funny. You know what? That's another thing about this Harold flashback. Mother Caramel was here for a part of it 20 years ago. We never got a Mother Caramel mention. I mean, we did, but like not like really, right? Like we got the Big Mom side of it. We got that mentioned. But like we didn't get like the Mother Caramel. That's it. Mother Caramel and the mural and Harley text. I'm not saying like because Ja Rule gave Harold the myth, the Galila and the Army of Giants, but there's no like guidance of like Nika, which is so interesting because when we got onto Elbaf, it was like all the giants not just knew about Nika. They like respected Nika to the point that they accepted that they each individually have disagreements of how they interpret Nika, but they still respect that like, yo, they might have just been thinking about Nika. We don't know if he's destruction god, we don't know if he's laughing god, we don't know if he's dancing god, but like that giant probably likes Nika. That giant, Rodo, whatever, right? And it's interesting because like there's that culture that the Giants and Oda kind of like put us into at the start of Elbaf. And I get it, Luffy's there. But it's like that culture existed before Luffy. So like when does that happen? When does the Nika culture come into play? Because it's not now. They haven't mentioned Nika a goddamn time. Like you would think that like Yarul would be like you know what? Something that Harold could have said at any point as to one of the reasons that he would be illogically chasing after what he's going after is that he's trying to, like the mural, he believes in the mural so much, he's trying to recreate a world where everybody works together. He sees an ancient giant there and they're working together side by side. In the current world, he feels so damned because he created a world where the world fears ancient giants. So he unironically took them so far off the path of that prophecy that he needs to correct to achieve that thing, whether he's there or not. And that'd be fine. I could see that. I could cope with that. But the thing is, there's been no mention of it. No mention of Mural. No mention of acknowledging it. No mention of Mika. No mention of Harley text. So it's like pretty interesting, all things considered. It might be that after God Valley, maybe with Saul, maybe like they're illiterate and like side memes aside, like maybe they just didn't read and then Saul started the school and it's like, yo, you got the Harley text, and then in the last 20 years it became a thing. I don't know. Garling's character cannot be rejuvenated. Saint Shade with the $5 super chat says, thank you, Par W Stream. Please don't forget to release the Bocce Pod, otherwise we might suffer another goon addiction incident among the Bocce Bros. I got you. No, you're right. Maybe she was down, but then when Garland came with the hunt, she realized he might kill her too. Yeah, it could be something like that. Yeah, because ultimately we do have to either the kids, like, here's the other, like, Shanks was found in a chest that Roger stole from God Valley. So did Garling not know? Or did Garling not care? But like the fact that they have Shamrock, he cares. But like, is it one of those things like, one's good enough? I don't need two heirs. Right? Is it that? Or is it like the mom was terrified by Garling and decided to put them into the chest to try to save them? And she just didn't have enough time for Shamrock. And then Garling's like, what are you doing, wench? And just like beheads her and then takes Shamrock and then doesn't know what Shanks is and then never chases Roger for Shanks. I don't know. But yeah, with that being said, guys, crazy chapter. We're 3 hours 30 in. It's 10 p.m. I've been up for way too long. I need to eat dinner. I need to go see my son. I need to go get some rest and record. Also, I don't want to lose my voice. And I have a long weekend. 3 more days. Tomorrow the office will be done. Remind me, guys, I do have to, an off stream is due. So, and like, you know, a lot of people tune in for the chapter, and I don't want to do like a huge, not life update, but like there's the anime NYC, content, place, family, health, whatever. I need to do one of those streams, just an update. I won't do it on a chapter reaction thing, so that'll be something that I'll do. Just a fun one, relaxed one. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for tuning into the knockup stream. Thank you guys for knocking me up with Moria, Kazuki, Gecko. Why not just give him the D? Can we just give him the D? He's Kozuki D Moria. At that point, Oda, just do it. Just do it. Just give him the D. Why not? If Vivi's a D clan, Moria's a D clan. All right, I said it. All right, why not? Just give me that. Give Moria the D. Yeah, that's the agenda. All right, give Moria the D. Give Moria the D. We gave him the other D. Now we gotta give him the D. All right. He was D tier warlord. Now he's getting the D from the community. All right. Justice means the D. All right. So water. Yeah. Make him Law's cousin. All right. Let's do this. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. See you guys next time. Peace out. Good night. Or good morning. Much love. Oh, wait.